Hey friends, before we get started, I wanted to remind you that the next Twin Portals live show is coming up on Saturday, September 10th at 7 p.m. We will once again be on the Teatro Zaccone stage at 222 East Superior Street in downtown Duluth. Doors open at 6:30, admission is free, general admission seating, and you can reach us on Discord, Facebook, or twinportalsgame@gmail.com if you have any questions. We hope to see you there.
Previously on Twin Portals.
To great surprise, our heroes returned to the city of Waterdeep 3 years after their departure. The city had grown and shifted in their absence, and was embroiled in an escalating conflict with their neighboring city-state to the north, Neverwinter. Friends and foes alike had departed towards the front lines of the conflict between the idyllic towns of Redlarch and Amphail. Our heroes reconnected with family and friends before making plans to head into the war effort. Accompanying SWOJ is the towering half-orc mercenary known as SWOJ the Hunter, as well as their Shadowfell-born giant scarab friend, Craw. Together they will make their way up the high road to search for missing persons and a rare moss which would cure the illness of Scoot's mother, Taga.
Okay, so where we left off, you all were on your way out of Waterdeep after talking to the Doom Raiders and getting a job from them, along with other leads leading you north towards the town of Amphail along the Long Road, is actually what it's called. Did you want to make any last stops in Waterdeep, or were you just like, let's go? Time is of the essence.
We really have needed potions in the past. Do we have any currency on us right now? Could I borrow from somebody?
You tell me.
Oh man, I
You
don't
have,
write
you have lots of social currency in Waterdeep.
I don't write any money down on here anymore. When was the last time we opened a treasure chest?
You know?
You could have raided the cash register at the short rest too.
Oh,
Coulda.
yeah.
I have some.
The petty cash drawer.
Where's my?
I just need 1,000 gold for 4 potions.
Yeah, you didn't lean on Faroon too hard either.
No, I was just kind of more like knowing the security of the area and yada yada. I didn't press.
Sowing the seeds.
I have so much gold. That can't be right.
The only gold I've ever written down is the 90 starting gold that we started with.
I financed somebody with our winnings.
Oh yeah, I built the dragon roosts with mine.
I made a chair and bought an axe.
Yeah, I don't think you have any cash left.
No, not really. We do have some magic items.
Mine says 5,000 gold, but I gave a bunch of money I know to start the Doom network. So
yeah,
I'm gonna just assume I don't have any money.
I only gave 500 to
Safe
Floon.
assumption. You gave some to Faroon, and and you bought your axe with a bunch.
And then I made the chair.
I think it's
yeah.
Maybe there'll be some healing potions on the front. We just stop by the Red Cross tent.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we're on the scarab marching out of the city. So
All right.
I don't know if you want to like jump off quick before we march through the gate.
Zaraj informs you it's 3 days ride to Amphail.
We got to stop somewhere and we got to get some kind of potions. We got to get something.
Oh man, we should have got it at the Doom network.
Yeah, there's
Maybe
a lot of shoulda.
So are we marching out of the North Gate? Is that where this goes?
Yes.
So through the North Ward?
Through the North Ward. And then there's a fork in the road. One goes to the high road along the coast, and one runs more northeast towards Amphail along the river.
Is there any kind of apothecary that we see near the street in the North Ward before we get to the gate? Or is it mostly like rich people's houses?
Oh, no, the North Ward has some street businesses too.
Okay.
Like going up the high road, there's apothecaries if you want to just pick up something. Rates are high. I mean, like a normal health potion's like 100, and a stronger one would be like 200 or 300 gold.
Yeah, that's what Schemo said because of the war. It's hard to get. Yeah.
Yep.
So Scoot, there's an apothecary here. I don't have any money to lend you, but maybe just on your charm, you might be able to get a health potion.
Yeah, that's me, charm. Let's see. I could try to intimidate. Ooh, anybody want to do a contest of strength? I could try to do that. Maybe I could go into a bar and try to. No, that's too much time.
We're the heroes of Waterdeep. They haven't seen us in 3 years.
We were, but now it's the Doom Network, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
Up to you. If you want to leave with a bang or with a quiet whisper.
All right. Is anything? So we're just. It's not rich people's houses, right?
I mean, there's some.
There's some.
Yeah, they're dotted around the North Ward.
Can we try scamming somebody?
What's your alignment?
I'm chaotic.
He's a
Whatever.
pirate.
Chaotic fun.
Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic fun.
Chaotic neutral. Or we could just leave and I could cut this whole bit.
I'm pretty sure Ilka still has some gold, but I don't have those notes, so I don't know how much, because I don't think she was really involved in the investing business.
Sure. I
So
mean,
that's
maybe
it.
some of your
Wait a
funds are
minute.
like tied up right now in like weird
Yeah.
escrow.
Wait a
accounts
minute.
because
Wait a
of the
minute. We went
conflict
south,
2.5 years.
right? We went south
To the-
first.
Yep.
Yes.
And then we're making our way back.
Yes.
Can we go past Floons again?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Fruins.
Fruins. I must have written it down somewhere. Froon, yes. Let's go past Fruins again.
All right. Business is still hopping. It's now
All
the
right.
late afternoon.
Yep. All right. I find Froon.
Zaraj is like, where are we going?
Shh. 1 second,
He does
please.
not like that.
Sir.
Zaraj will remember this.
That's fine. Yeah. Is Froon still around?
Yeah.
I go, Froon, I need to ask for a favor.
Okay. What's up, Scoot?
So we are going north. We got a few things on the docket. We're trying to accomplish some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember all that?
Typical SWOJ.
Yeah, typical. Yeah, standard stuff. I'm short on funds right now. I'm just looking for a couple of health potions to kind of make sure that we get through all this. All right, that's my goal. If you have health potions or money and a good idea where to get some health potions, I would take any of that.
Yeah. Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion.
Social clout.
Begging. Roll begging. Fucking 1.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
I start playing the concertina.
with my modifier. That's 1.
Well, Ilka is helping now, so you can roll with advantage.
Okay.
That concertina, I'm not sure how exactly it helps in this negotiation.
Well, nobody's
but-
heard my concertina in 3 years, so it makes them all deeply nostalgic, and that gets the endorphins flowing, and people open their pockets a little more.
Got
You
it, got it.
could also just smack me in the back with the concertina. That's also entertaining. Roll. Okay, 12.
Okay, so Froon's like, well, I'm afraid I don't have any. It's a hard time, Scoot. But then the concertina comes out, and the crowd starts to pick up to what's going on. And they're like talking about SWOJ. People are getting interested, like nudging each other, swapping stories about what happened 2.5 years ago. And a couple people step forward and are like, hey, you guys going on an adventure? Well, we've got some health potions if you need them.
Oh.
They're not free. 150 gold each. But we want you to take them.
All right. Well, I can borrow this from Froon, or we can owe ya.
They look at Froon, and he nods and says, your drinks are on me for a week. Ted, Phyllis.
Ted and Phyllis.
Yep. Fantasy names.
Gotcha. All right.
And they pass you 2 glowing red files.
Glowing red files. All right.
PHIALS.
You're adding those to your inventory, Scoot?
I was going to hand them off to people.
Oh.
To people who usually have higher initiatives than me. I was thinking maybe Lark and Ilka.
Hooray!
All right, I'll write health potion on my inventory, which has never really filled up after all my stuff got disintegrated.
All right. And Ted and Phyllis get a big cheer from the house. And everyone starts jamming out to Ilka's music.
Thanks,
I assure them that I will write a verse about them in my next ballad.
They're overcome
Good.
with excitement.
Good.
Like, this is so worth it.
And I take a note to thank Zaraj for allowing us the time to come do this.
He's like standing outside the premise, like watching the street.
Okay.
Raj, have you ever had to beg for health potions in a previous life?
He says, I don't talk about those times.
You talked about your previous lives sometimes.
Not that one. His breath catches in his throat a little. You've touched on a sore subject, Lark.
Sorry, Zaraj.
We're not doing well with Zaraj.
No, he doesn't really like us.
No.
It's okay. We like you, Zaraj.
What does Siraj look like?
He's huge, like bigger than Scoot. He's a half orc. He's got leather armor, all kinds of scars on his face. Think like Geralt of Rivia.
Amazing.
But like 3 feet taller. Long hair, similar deal. Like very dark, scarred skin. Yeah.
And
For
a
some
giant
reason-
bow.
And a giant bow with like a blade along the curve.
For some reason, I
Like one
picture
side of
him
the
with
bow.
one of those mustaches that are like pencil thin, but then also very, very long, like on each side of the mouth. I don't know. Sure.
Solid.
Like, oh, that guy with the mustache. I don't know.
And yeah, his bow is like as tall as he is too. Like it almost scrapes the ground when he walks.
Spectacular.
Would we like to? Should we get some provisions from the short rest, or do you guys want to eat good berries for the next few days?
Well, I don't know. We've never done food calculations before. I'm fine either way. I'm guessing it probably won't matter.
You all haven't eaten for 3 years.
It's kind of true. Or good berries for
Since
3 years.
episode 1, you had a drink.
You run in quick as we go by. It's right across the street.
Yeah, and then I have good berries if we come into emergency, if we can't ford the river and all of our supplies float away.
Ziraj is like, there are no treacherous river crossings on the way to Amphail.
Oh, excellent!
Unless
just
we
follow
take a
the
wrong
river.
turn.
Okay.
Yes,
Which that's not going to happen, Ziraj, because we're following you.
you're right.
Well, the short rest kind of specialize in travelers' goods now. Like,
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
like travel-ready kits.
yeah.
Well, because of Air D&D, they have a lot of kind of kitschy, water-deep sort of odds and ends. You buy like a spoon, a water-deep spoon.
Yeah.
Water-deep water bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
T-shirts.
some kippered herring
Gifford herring.
from the spouting fish.
No, the short rest is a place that lives on its reputation, not on its merch sales. So, yeah, it's not too kitschy.
Gotcha.
Unless you want it to be.
No.
Authentic.
Yeah,
Nothing
right.
but
It's a place where the locals go. They need a place to stay.
All right, let's go.
All right. Yep.
Vámonos.
All right, and you hit the road. Who's riding Kra as you travel?
I probably wouldn't be riding. We only have the one. So
Yeah, when we
I'd be
talked
on
about it
foot.
last time, it was Zay and Ilka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not as fast as y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Ziraj kind of hangs towards the back and guides you down the road. Weather is good. It's midsummer. The roads are dry. There's a lot of traffic outside of Waterdeep. Once you leave the city gates, you see many sort of like tent communities outside of the city walls, people waiting to come inside the city for a place to stay. It's quickly apparent to you that, like, although conditions seemed pretty okay within Waterdeep, like outside of Waterdeep, there are a lot of people that are in trouble, that are displaced, that are just trying to like live a safe life, despite the conditions up north. So you make your way through the crowds. People generally ignore you. There are many travelers on the road, so nobody's... I mean, like, the Krog gets some looks, but otherwise, unless you guys make a scene, you can travel pretty unimpeded.
I'm good with not making a scene at all.
I don't want to assume, so that's why I bring that up.
No, I think it's good.
Okay. So eventually, after about half a day, you reach a fork in the road. This is the high road, like the main huge highway leading north from Waterdeep, and the road forks to the left towards kind of the foothills of the Sword Mountains, which are the mountains that are being fought over. And that's the road. There's a big sign and a small Waterdeep guard presence by that road fork, steering people away from it because the road is impassable right now. They're directing people to the east, towards Amphail. There's a small hamlet on the way to Amphail named Rassalanter, but it's kind of just this winding road along the Desserin River Valley, which kind of runs near the Desserin River, which flows into Waterdeep and underneath Waterdeep.
Okay.
Travel goes smoothly. Who's is anybody like taking watch or steering or?
I'm probably on point
Okay.
since Ziraj is in the back with his big ass bow.
Well, I'm gonna
Is
have
he in the
you-
back or where?
I thought he was in the back.
Oh,
He's in the back, but he's so tall that he kind of looks over everything, anyways.
Yeah.
Like,
so
yeah.
he's our guide, but he's sort of he's just taking up the rear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on us. Nice.
Yep.
And as long as someone's directing me, then and it's obvious road. So
right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's well traveled.
Yep.
I open a paper sack and start passing out pretzels and melted cheese
Are we there
Stocked
yet?
up.
Are we there yet?
From Fruins Brews.
from Prunes Brews.
Nice.
That is exactly what I had about this time yesterday at the beer fest.
Outstanding.
Yeah,
Great
you all
harvest.
get a little bit sleepy as the carbs set in.
I'm by Ziraj.
Are you talking to him or
Yes,
just
pestering him with questions the entire time.
What sort of questions?
Well, I'm mostly about his past lives, but also I think I would have asked if he ever gives piggyback rides. I'd be interested in like riding on his shoulders because I can't see as well, and I think the vantage point from where he is, it seemed like I'd be able to see really well. I'm sort of curious, but yeah, mostly questions about his past lives.
Well, he resists the piggyback ride on the grounds that would be a tactical disadvantage in terms of mobility. But
Smart.
he's open about his past lives up to about like one sentence. Like
He says
Yeah.
one sentence about each one.
yeah, and it's shocking how many things he claims to have done in past lives. Like, I don't know if he's actually lived many lives or if he just says that as like a deflecting response or what, but
It just feels like everything I suggest, he's like, oh, I did that in a past life.
pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
Like astoundingly so.
Lark would absolutely believe every single one of those stories.
It seems believable.
Okay.
Yeah. Scoot, roll perception. Roll it 3 times.
Okay. Do I have to remember each one or just
Yes.
take the highest?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. First one's a 2. I'll add my modifier later.
Okay.
2, 12, and
24.
16.
16.
So that's 6, 16, and 20.
Okay. So you feel relatively safe as you go down the road. Like there's not many signs of conflict on this part of the high road. Eventually you reach a small hamlet after about 4 days of travel. A small hamlet named Rassalanter. It's literally like 6 kind of like administrative buildings and a tavern.
Ooh.
And then like farmlands around it. It's
Cool.
just, it's kind of the meeting place for some of the farms in the area.
Neat. So we can restock on rations.
Yeah, if you choose to. The food is very practical food,
Yeah.
It's travel food.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, if it's all farms and 6 buildings, this is a farming town.
Grains and root vegetables.
Yeah. And
Yep.
resupply
Cabbage.
some stores.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of cabbage.
Potatoes.
Some scapes. Yeah. And you keep moving up the road. The valley gets a little bit more hilly as you move towards Amphail from Rassalanter. Like it's think of like for the local folks like the St. Louis River Valley by the Nemadji. Like it's wooded and hilly, with occasional like rock outcroppings. And you can see the Sword Mountains ahead of you, sort of to the left, to the northwest, kind of poking up above the trees, miles away.
Anybody want to go hiking?
Always.
That's all I'm thinking about now. I just want to go for a hike. I just want to go explore.
Just want to go to the mountains.
We've been hiking for
4 days.
My feet
Yeah.
are sore.
Okay, let's not go hiking.
Your feet are sore. You're not used to traveling like this.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're riding on Craw, you're probably okay, just kind of stiff. But
Saddle
I'd say
sores,
fine.
though.
Yeah.
Scarab can't be comfortable.
it's shockingly smooth compared to a horse ride.
Oh,
like
okay.
Scarab's going to have that gyroscopic sort of balance to them. So with the 6 legs,
Big
How's
base.
Craw doing? Is he fine with all this too?
yeah, he seems like just really here for it.
Yeah.
Like he's eating whatever you're giving him.
Good spirits?
Yep.
Berries.
Awesome.
Yep. Are you like talking to him or just like watching him?
I'm probably talking to him, but I don't know if Craw can understand me unless I'm going to take 10 minutes and...
Well, that's what I mean. Like while
Give
you're
him a cupcake.
walking, like trying to do your ritual magic and like checking in with him.
I don't know if is that something that's allowed?
Like moving while casting a spell?
while trying to do a 10-minute ritual.
I mean, I don't think so, but like if you ever like paused, for like a break midday, like
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I
Okay.
would totally every so often.
Yeah.
Come sit on top of him for a while. Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
Well, you get to know each other better.
Yay!
It's touching. Yeah, you're amazed by how similar your past lives were.
Nice.
Like traveling for a while and then settling down in an inn for a bit, and now you're adventuring again. Like it's odd
Yeah.
how much you have in common with this beetle.
Yay. Scarab,
Um,
please.
Sorry, Scarab. Eventually, the valley kind of narrows, and you start moving through some sort of like smaller side valleys where like winding tributary channels are flowing down to the river. And in sort of the twilight hour, the golden hour, as you're moving through one of these narrower valleys, you hear a scream and a shout up ahead on the road, like a cry of pain.
Scoot hears, or are we all
Like around a bend in the road ahead of you. Scoot here's first.
Yeah, I probably... How close is everybody behind me? Is that right on me?
I think so.
I probably double pace it up around the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, just not like charging in, but just to get eyes on what's going on.
Okay. Do you all follow?
Scoot, where are you going?
Have we been seeing other people on the long road? Like, is anyone coming south?
Occasionally. Yeah, it's
Okay.
mostly soldiers actually, like Waterdeep City Guard and mercenaries.
Okay.
They seem to all wear different like crests and banners, so it's hard to know like who serves who. So the attitudes are a little bit cold on the road.
Okay.
Trust is in short supply.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you haven't seen anybody for most of the day until you hear this cry up ahead.
Yeah, I'd tap Crow with my heels and nudge forward.
Okay. And around the bend, you see 2 figures on the road. There seems to be one person lying on the ground with like blood pouring from a wound, maybe like 150 feet ahead of you, with an arrow in their side.
Oh.
And another person looks like somebody, like a soldier in plate armor, kind of kneeling down and checking on them and trying to like press the wound down. And the person's crying.
Zay looks for birds in the sky to see if there's any nearby.
Yeah, roll perception. Or investigation, either one.
Ooh.
23.
23. Yes, you notice there are a shockingly high number of crows in the trees around you, as if a migrating flock has perched here coincidentally.
I just realized I have to touch the creature in order to activate my avian circlet, which is less convenient.
There are some in lower branches if you can convince one to get down to you or climb up to it.
So,
or get
this is
thrown.
near me?
The crows, yeah, they're like in the trees all around in this little valley.
Oh, yeah. I want to cast Speak with Animals using my avian circlet and call to one of the crows to come down.
Okay.
I'm going to put my arm out for hopefully that for them to land on.
What do you say to convince them?
Here, friend. Come to me.
Smile.
I have some good berries.
Oh, roll persuasion.
10.
10. The crow says,
Yeah, I've had good berries before. They taste like dirt.
Yeah, what's wrong with dirt?
I can do better.
Oh,
Have you heard about the feasts up north?
I haven't. Tell me more.
Oh, all kinds of goods.
Oh no, gross. Oh no. I just realized.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Are they scavenger birds? I never really thought about it.
what's everybody else doing while this is happening?
I'm
Just,
watching
like,
this
pausing?
exchange very closely.
Okay.
I'm probably approaching the down soldiers.
Okay.
I was gonna try to get this bird to scout for us.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
I mean, just mean like while this
Yeah.
conversation is happening, is everyone watching or helping these people out or?
Well, Scoot took off without telling us anything, and then the scarab beetle took off, and so I guess after some momentary confusion, I started to speed up too, and then maybe just getting around the corner right now.
Okay. Zaraj is staying with Ilka and Zay.
Yeah, I'm staying with Siraj.
Oh,
Okay.
then you're staying back a little bit.
Yes, yeah, I'm by Siraj.
Okay. So carrying on the conversation then, you're like, ew, gross. And then what?
Yeah. I would like to go flying with you for a moment. May I?
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's amazing. Do you see this crown on my head? It will let me see. It will let me see through your eyes. There is someone around here with a bow and an arrow, and I was hoping you could help me find them.
What?
I think, yeah, we could keep you and your flock safe if we can find them. And I promise that my friends and I will keep them from shooting arrows at you
Sounds
if we can
wild.
find them.
Okay. You seem trustworthy. I like your crown.
So if you'll come a little bit closer, if you land on me, then I'll be able to see through your eyes, and we can go hunting for this bow and arrowed.
Okay. And the crow cautiously flutters down and lands on your arm, in your
Okay.
outstretched arm.
I use my avian circlet to be able to see through the crow's eyes.
Mm-hmm. And the wind picks up around you for a second. Zay and Lark, you see this as your eyes kind of both flash at the same time, and then you are seeing through the crow's eyes. And not hearing the crow's thoughts, but just seeing. So do you want to like tell it, or like it said like, look for someone with a bow and arrow?
Yes.
All right.
And you hear the crow like start cawing as it flies off into the sky, and other crows kind of take off too in a sort of big flutter of crow wings out of the trees. And you see up on the valley walls around you 3 people with like long bows drawn, pointed at Scoot as he approaches these 2 ahead of you. They look like very talented archers wearing leather armor, potentially soldiers of some kind. As you soar upwards, Scoot, what do you do when you get to these 2 people? The soldier and the injured person's wearing a robe. This woman's is like crying out and and the guy's like, "Can you help us? Who are you? What? Please, she needs medicine."
Did I experience any combat when I was sailing on the Sea Plum, do you think?
Probably some.
So I would be aware that, do I see a bow? Nobody here put this arrow in this woman.
This dude has a short bow tied to his back.
Okay, but he's trying to help her?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would probably be pretty well clued in to start looking around too.
Okay.
Is there any cover around?
Yeah, there's lots of trees on the sides of the road,
Okay.
as well as the valley walls going up with rocks and various outcroppings all around. Lots of cover.
Okay. I would probably try to move them close to a tree, just a side of a tree, not knowing where this came from, but just get them by some sort of cover.
Okay.
So I would say we need to get over here.
Okay. As you reach down to help them, you kind of bump into the injured person trying to like help move them, and your hand passes through the arrow that's on their chest, And then the other guy trying to help her grabs you bodily and says, "Your money or your life, stranger."
Oh. I'm resisting then.
Roll for initiative, everybody.
I didn't pre-test my dice.
Uh-oh.
Come on, big money.
I'm excited to see what happens then.
Okay.
8 for Ilka.
8.
19 for Lark.
Okay.
10 for Zay. No, 12.
12.
Keeping it on brand. 6 for Scoot.
How far away am I from Scoot?
Maybe like 100 feet.
I was okay.
Maybe not super clear to me what's happening yet, right? Would we assume that's possible?
Yeah, I guess you see Scoot and this guy start to grapple each other at a distance, but that's about it.
Do we see these 3 archers up top?
Zay does. Do you give a warning, or what's your reaction to that, Zay?
Can I... So they're in 3 different locations on the top of the ravine, looking down on the other 2.
Yeah.
Are they dressed they're dressed similarly to one another?
Yep.
Are they dressed similarly to the man that's down below?
Yep.
Okay. Would I have seen Scoot? I wouldn't have seen Scoot's hand pass through.
Not from the bird's perspective. No.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm going to come. I'm going to cancel the seeing through the creature's eyes spell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, hey, there's like 3 other folks up on the top of the ravine with bows, to my companions.
Okay. And that's when initiative will begin. So we'll start with Lark, who got a 19.
I did.
Is Zaraj in this?
He is, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he immediately tenses up when you say that and starts moving towards Scoot.
Let's see. I don't know how much... Lark is so disoriented by everything that's happening here. I think he would just run towards Scoot to just maybe, that's what's happening. I'm going to move towards Scoot.
Okay. So you close the distance with your cunning action and your dash.
Okay.
You get up there and you see Scoot and this guy like wrestling it out. Like this guy's trying to pin Scoot to a tree.
Scoot, quit messing around. This lady got shot with an arrow.
Scoot, make an opposed grapple check, by the way, for that surprise round. As the guy tries to grab you.
Will do. I'm sneaking through with a 25.
Oh, damn. Yeah, so you, like it's
19 plus
nothing.
6.
Yeah, this guy is like big, hulking soldier guy in plate armor, and you just like push his arms aside like water.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. And say, no, not happening. At the same time, his buddy, the injured person on the ground, vanishes.
Oh, okay. Because my next thing I was going to say was I want to throw this guy onto the other person, but
Sure.
I thought for a second I was like, oh, the arrow was an illusion. No, the whole person was an illusion. That's
The
well
person
done.
vanishes, and you hear footsteps.
What?
Yeah.
Now I'm more.
And you see
confused.
someone vanish as well, Lark. ahead
Whoa,
of you.
where'd the arrow person go?
It's a trap.
Oh, no.
All right, Scoot, it's your turn then.
With a 6?
Oh, sorry, I wrote down 17 for you. Did I get that? from someone
Thanks.
else? 6.
Yeah, 17. That's what it was.
Whoopsie poopsie. Zaraj moves forward and unslings his bow and just takes a big old shot at the big guy.
So bored.
Moves forward 30 feet.
Noobs.
He gets a 15, which does not hit. The shot goes wide, and he curses under his breath to anyone who can hear. Takes us to the baddies. Oh, sorry. Zaraj 16, Zay 12. So, yes, the baddies. Anyway. 4 arrows come hurtling through the trees at you, Scoot, and 2 at you, Lark, since you just got closer. So.
Shit.
AC?
I think I'm 14.
Pretty sure a 23 hits regardless.
Yes, I'm 14.
14, okay.
15.
Can I do one of those things like in bad action movies where I like catch the arrow and then I just spin around and throw it back?
That's a Mr. E move.
It is, yeah. If you had like a 2
Straight
levels
up
monk,
monk.
then you could.
Yeah, that's not me.
Well, 4 of them hit you, Scoot.
That's good.
Of the
all
4? Oh god.
Yeah, like amazing, like well-trained precision through the treetops. So you take...
Even with a grapple going on.
Dang.
Well, you pushed him away, so you're actually kind of an open target after that.
Did I push him away? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I pushed him away.
But you take 24 piercing damage. Lark, you actually get hit by one and then duck immediately, instinctively, and dodge the second one. But you take 7 damage.
Okay.
Then the big guy unslings a great sword from his back and moves towards you, Scoot. Comes in swinging.
Why me?
You just seem like a target.
Oh, that's fair.
Sorry. He hits you with 26.
Just barely.
And does 11 plus 6, 17 slashing damage as the sword comes down on your shoulders.
What the heck?
Yeah.
What else you got?
They don't seem like typical bandits. They seem like they know what they're doing.
This is well organized, yeah.
Yeah. That's it. The disappeared person seems to be vanished. Unclear what happened with that person. So, it takes us to Ilka.
Well, I don't like any of this. This sounds terrible.
Yep.
How far am I from the arrow shooty guys up on the top?
It's about a 50-foot bluff, and the valley's about 50 feet wide. So, I guess Pythagorean theorem, you'd be, I don't know, about 70 feet away.
No bueno. All right, then.
Get that math right. That's life.
I throw Dissonant Whispers, and I don't need to roll anything because it's a spell. He needs a wisdom save.
And he got a 20.
But he does take half damage.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. He seems to be reliving something internally.
He takes 6 damage.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm whispering a discordant melody as I stare into his eyes. And I make him feel vaguely uncomfortable.
He seems more than vaguely uncomfortable.
Good.
Yeah. So, Zay, te toca a ti.
Okay. On my turn, I conjure animals. These fey spirits will look like giant ravens. I'm going to summon them two giant ravens. And I'm also going to call out at the same time, join us, crow friends. Eliminate these bow wielders. I'm going to try that. And then I'm going to roll initiative for my giant ravens.
They can just go on your initiative, too, like after your turn, if that's easier to track.
Is it giant ravens that have a challenge rating of 0, or is it just ravens?
It's just ravens. These are giant ravens.
This is a giant raven.
Damn.
Yeah, so you all hear a cacophony of caws behind you as Zay calls out in crow, and some giant ravens appear out of the ethereal mists.
And my hope is that the crows in the trees around us will be like, whoa, those are some badass ravens.
Yeah,
and
roll
decide to
persuasion one
follow.
time.
19?
Yeah. So, this whole flock in mass just kind of like erupts from the trees all around you, like up and down the valley. You are shocked, even, Zay, by how many crows there are in this valley. As like a wave of starlings, they all just kind of take off into the sky.
Can I split my giant ravens to attack 2 different targets?
I think so.
So I'd like to do that. I'd like to send one after the closest
Sure.
archer to me, and then the other one after the next closest archer to me.
Make attack rolls.
Oh no. 2. It's a 14. I don't know what I would add for my giant raven.
It should have the attack bonus.
Oh
on
yes.
the action.
Thank you. It makes an attack with its beak and with its claws.
Nice.
So 16.
16 hits.
D4 plus 2 piercing damage. 5.
Big 5 damage. The crow goes for the eyes, and the archer blocks it as far as you can tell from down below. Visibility is now poor at those people because of the cloud of ravens that is erupting from the trees.
Yeah.
But you hear a scream. The other one missed.
Okay.
Scoot.
All
Do
right.
you want to move, Zay, or just stay put?
Or I'll find cover. Try to find cover.
Sure, there's plenty.
So we got clouds of ravens now helping with the archers.
Yep.
All right. One person is invisible or missing,
Mm-hmm.
and one person in plate armor is still not my friend.
Right.
I'm going to rage and then immediately attack that person in plate.
Sounds good.
I have feelings about these events.
You're both very angry at each other.
Yeah.
For unclear reasons. You don't even know each other that well.
No, but we're going to settle it right now.
Yeah.
I hope. Oh, I feel lucky. Let's see. Oh, fuck, I'm less lucky. All right. Attack one's a miss. That was a 5 and a 3.
Yep.
So I'm confident that's not going to get through that plate mail.
Yep.
That is a 12, so a 19 to hit.
That'll do it.
All right. So I got one hit in there at least. So that's going to be 9 plus, so 15 slash damage, followed by 7 fire damage.
So 22.
I don't know. All the numbers are already out of my head.
All right.
We'll say 22, 25, something like that.
Yeah, you crush through his armor and a little spurt of burning embers kind of like pour out as the metal melts.
And then I shout to him, I promise you I don't have enough money to make this worth it.
As he eyes your axe.
Yeah, he can't have that either.
Right. Lark, it's your turn.
Okay, I have pulled out my rapier and my dagger, and I launch myself at the guy who's fighting with Scoot.
Great.
Oh, you're about to get effed up, sir.
Or maybe not. Well, 15.
You have advantage, right? 15 does not hit.
Oh, I do have advantage. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's what I need. A 25? How's that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let's see what I can do.
Get out his 8 dice.
And this is where the edits come in.
No. So I only have one. So with my rapier, a big 6 damage. No, not even. Hold on.
With sneak attack damage?
Nope, sneak is coming.
Okay.
There's the sound of sneak attack.
2, 4. Okay, so that's a total of 10.
Okay.
And then offhand 17 hits.
No. It
okay.
just barely misses.
So then I didn't do very much. That was it.
Lark comes in stabbing. And the second stab goes shink right along the guy's metal armor. It seems like well-maintained armor.
I do dance away my fancy footwork to sort of dance out of reach.
Nice. The guy seems flummoxed. He wasn't expecting this much pushback.
You're robbing the wrong people, dude. We're SWOJ.
He's when you say SWOJ, he pauses for a second. Like that seems to register in his head. But shortly before that happens, Ziraj fires 3 arrows in succession at him with his giant bow.
That's going to be a crazy sound.
Yeah, it booms.
Like 3 long arrows coming through the air immediately. That's terrifying.
Picture Lurtz from the Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. One sinks into the armor, one hits the guy in the crack in the armor, and one goes wide. So, didn't do too much damage. Guy takes 14 damage. That's pretty good.
Not bad for 1 hit out of 3.
Right. So, Ziraj moves forward at that. He halves the distance between them. And then they move again. The archers take aim and fire at the 2 of you. You guys have half cover from the crows, so there's a 50% chance of missing. So, ooh. Okay, so 4 misses and 2 crits. But let's see if the
I
crits
don't like the
hit.
oohs when you're rolling behind your screen.
Let me just roll these really quick.
It's a lot of
Whatever.
Yeah,
How
what was
come
that?
a lot of dice, Matthias.
Oh, sorry. I'm doing cover wrong. I'm doing 3rd edition cover. 5th edition cover is just a bonus to AC. But since they're crits, I think those are going to hit regardless. So 1 is to Lark and 1 is to Scoot. I just like rolling dice, guys.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Pretty good at it, apparently.
Well, you know. Get good at one thing, my parents said.
Killing your friends.
In story form. Okay, that's a 10 and a 12. So 10 damage to Lark, 12 to Scoot, but that's halved.
6.
Yep.
That's better.
Yep.
So 5 then? 10?
10 to you.
You get half because you're raging.
You get half because you're raging. You get half because of your special dodgy, right?
Yeah.
You guys.
And there's Tiny Zay taking full damage all of the time.
Scoot, make a... Let's see, where is it here? Wisdom save. No, intelligence save. Sorry, intelligence save.
Uh-oh.
I would like to say, fuck you.
Does rage give you a bonus against that or no?
No, 17.
17. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you feel like the claws of illusion starting to sink into your mind as reality kind of twists and you start to see like horrifying sights of your friends in pain all around you. But you're raging.
It's like more rage.
Yeah, and you like you push it away.
Yeah.
Quickly. And you see about 30 feet away, like peeking around a tree, that wizard that was on the ground. She's now like there's no blood. She's fine. She's just casting magic on you. So
which direction?
Down the road, away from everyone else.
Okay.
Yep. And then the big guy comes swinging at you, Scoot, 3 times with a 19, a 25, and a 12.
No.
So it's going to be 12 damage and 8 damage. So 10 total.
Still partying.
Ilka, it's you.
Neat. So I have been running towards this brouhaha between Scoot and... Who's the other guy? Do we have a name? Do we have anything for him?
He's
a big guy in plate armor?
A guy wearing plate armor with some kind of crest on it.
Great.
It's got a logo. He's branded.
Can I get within 15 feet of them?
Yes.
And how far I was running?
Because you already moved about half the distance.
Great.
Maybe a little bit further than that, but... What are you trying to do?
I want to throw up some Spirit Guardians.
And that is a 15-foot range.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
If you're saying no, I got other spells.
Yeah, because you were 100 feet away, and then you took one move action, so you'd be about 70 feet, down to 40 feet, unless you dashed.
Question. Do I have a moment to announce the presence of the wizard after I...
Yeah.
I'm assuming fought off a spell?
Talk is free.
Yeah, I would just yell or point or indicate, one more, there's the other one down there.
Uh-huh.
And just... No specifics, but just as much as that.
It's barely audible through all the cawing of the crows around you.
I'm pretty loud.
But he's pretty loud.
I'm raging.
Yeah.
I've done some barking on a ship before.
It is audible.
It is. Thanks.
But it is almost drowned out.
Okay.
Great. Do I perceive what he's telling me about the wizard?
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. My entire focus shifts.
Okay.
Fighting a wizard is definitely my forte in the ways going after plate armor is not. So I'm going to turn and throw Shatter at that wizard.
Nice. That's a Constitution save?
Yes.
Oh, they fail.
Good job. Yay. Thank you.
You get an 8.
They take...
Oh, if it's an 8, that means double damage, right?
Yeah, I think that's the
triple?
rule.
Not in 5th edition. Sorry.
So I rolled 3d8s and I got 8 each time.
What?
Yes!
All right.
Nice.
So
holy smoke.
they take maximum thunder damage.
Is that like a 10-foot?
A 10-foot radius around the wizard.
Okay, so like the forest just explodes all around that wizard. Any
Yes.
cover they had is shattered.
Yes.
Splinters everywhere. They're all cut up looking. They're like flattened on the ground like a pancake.
Yeah, it's like a 3-second clip of thunder. Banana, na 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 na. Like, that's all you get.
Like as you're moving forward towards them all. Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Nice.
Cool.
And the crows get quiet for a second as that happens. It's just like, what the...
Good.
They're scared too.
And then I'm going to throw Bardic Inspiration back over my shoulder at Scoot.
Nice.
Cool.
Zay, it's your turn then.
Can I see the archers up on the ravine? The one nearest me? Can I see them?
I would say you know where at least 2 of them are, yeah, because you were watching from the crow and you know relative to that where they were.
About to where they are?
Yep. So if you look closely, you would see them through the crows.
I turn into a giant centipede and begin screwing up the wall towards the closest one.
Horrifying.
That is
but
awful.
Cool. What color?
A
fuzzy one or like a gross like
yeah.
slimy one?
No, she's not slimy. Yeah, she's just kind of like this light blue.
Cool.
She is from where the camouflage, a part of the jungle where like the camouflage light blue would be appropriate amongst the plants.
Is she a very hungry centipede?
She is.
Okay. Scary.
So she can move, she can climb 30 feet at a time. So maybe I would dash so I can be there by my next turn.
Yeah, so the next turn you'll get there.
And then my giant ravens will attack.
Yep.
18 plus 4.
Hits.
So that's, should I roll for them separately or should I roll for them? Because they each get 2 attacks.
You should roll for each attack and then roll damage once you know how many hits you have.
Okay. So the giant raven makes an attack with its beak. So the first one, 18.
Yep.
So it hits with the beak and the claws. So 3 piercing damage.
It could be. Let's say it's an 8.
Let's say it's an 8.
Let's say it's an 8.
It's a 6, I
It
think.
seems good.
And then 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
And that's on the that's on the one that I'm skewing towards as a centipede as well.
Okay.
And then the other one did not hit with a 4 with their beak.
Sure.
And then did not hit with their claws.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, these archers are fairly nimble and they're ducking and dodging as the ravens come swooping in.
Are the crows also, like, they're just causing distractions? They're not actually attacking anything?
It's a lot of havoc. Yeah, they're not like murderous for being a murder.
Although as a murder of crows, moving like starlings, are they a murder-meration?
Oh my God, they're a murder murmuration. Yeah.
This is never going to make it on air.
Murmuration. This
Never
is my
gonna
favorite
You
part
have
of the
to put
episode.
that on.
I do not.
Yeah.
have to put
I'm
that
gonna
on.
I'm gonna keep referring to it for the rest of the
As the
episode.
murderation.
Murderation.
And then is the murderation following us? We invite the murderation to sleep with us tonight.
Scoot, it's your turn.
We're being protected by a murder nation.
Hashtag.
All right. How's plate mail guy doing?
He is just bleeding and burnt,
Oh.
but seems mostly angry,
Oh,
not dead.
I understand how he feels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys are on the similar wavelength right now.
Yeah, and so I'm definitely engaged with that chap.
Yep.
So if I wanted to get away, I'd have to disengage. Anyways, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to attack a couple times. I'm just going to miss that time. And the Bardic Inspiration's not going to save a 3. Doesn't matter how good the song is. Second attack. How is that a 3 again?
You're also flanking him, so you have advantage.
Dice jail.
Yeah, dice jail. Get out of here. Okay, and yes, I'll use the other metal one that I have. So advantage on first attack missed. So
Right,
second attack happening now. 16. So with a 7, that's
That does it.
24-ish. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, not having good rolls today. Oh, that was neat. 5 plus... that's 11 slashing damage, followed by 7 fire damage.
Nice.
Go, you bad die.
Into the dice jail.
The key's in there, too, though. That's the problem.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy stumbles backwards. Again, you're trashing his armor, and he's definitely feeling the pain.
I just say I can do this all day.
He seems more terrified of Ilka, though, between the dissonant whispers and the shatter. Like, he's taken regular
Understandable.
injuries before, but the emotional damage is really getting to him.
I know. I had to get mine off of me. I looked at that
Right,
wizard and
yeah.
I said, "Nuh-uh."
Right.
Wait, he was intimidated by the work I did on the wizard?
Yeah.
That's
You cast
impressive.
dissonant whispers on him, too, right?
Dissonant
Range.
on him, but the shadow I cast on the wizard.
Right. So between the two, yeah. Like
Good
he,
job.
he didn't know there was magic at play, too. So, Lark.
I continue swinging blades at plate mail.
All right.
Eat steel, brigand, or something. Like he tries to think of what would sound really heroic.
It seems like calling him a brigand stings a little bit, which is telling.
Okay.
Oh.
20 modified 20.
Hits.
So this is my main attack, and I get sneak because Scoot's here. So that's 9 and 15, 16
All right.
points, and then
Still standing.
offhand, I only rolled an 11.
Does not hit.
Take that!
Yeah, the guy's definitely like holding himself up now. Like he's nursing his wounds. He's He's not. He's rough, in rough shape. He doesn't have any response for you.
No quippy comeback.
He's just like kind of.
So I'm dancing around.
He's kind of
with my
looking
fancy
around.
foot-
Like
I'm making my fancy footwork especially like irritating.
oh my gosh. Yeah, he's looking around like to find his friend after that big explosion. He's trying to make sure that they're okay. It seems like just checking on the status of his
He's
people.
evil. He doesn't have friends.
That's not true.
We're killing a PC that Matthias spent a lot of time on.
You know, you never know what's going to happen. Ziraj opens up on him too, again, with a miss and a hit and a crit fail.
Oh, no.
He hits a crow and kills it instantly. In a puff
Siraj,
of
what are you
black feathers.
doing?
He's like,
They
I'm
all
a little
abandon
bit
us.
rusty.
Same team. Same team.
Yeah.
Friendly fire.
He's like, I never liked crows anyway. But the guy takes 12 damage.
And the crow took 36.
At this, the guy holds his fingers up to his mouth and there's a piercing whistle. Especially when he sees his person flattened behind them, and he drops his sword and holds his hands up, and says, "We yield, please, no more." Do you keep swinging, or what's your reaction? The attacks stop at that. The wizard's still on the ground behind him,
Is the wizard doing anything?
trying to stand up, but like clearly some broken bones.
Good.
I'm pulling back with this. I mean, I'm ready to go. I'm cocked with this axe. I'm ready to end him right now if anything displeases me. So I still got rage going on. I need somebody better than me to negotiate this. Because I'm just ready to hammer, like straight down, cleave him in two.
Who are you and why did you attack us?
He says, "My name is Jonas. This is my platoon. We were just looking for some supplies. Times are hard."
Looking? I don't think I was looking. I was like ready to kill for some supplies.
Well, it's the times we live in. I can't make excuses. You asked what we were doing. Can I check on my friend?
I'm a bug on a wall. So
Yeah, the archers are standing down once you get up there. They're like ducking under the crows. But it's up to you. You're not really hearing all this, so if you want to it's up to you. They seem non-aggressive. They've dropped their bows as well when they see a giant centipede approaching with giant crows bombarding them. They're like running for cover unless you stop them.
Yeah, no. When Zay sees that they're not attacking, I would try to round them up to try to get them to come down into the ravine, kind of herd them that way.
Sure.
I would, coming to now that the rage is dropping, I would say you cannot pick up your weapon and we have to restrain the wizard.
He says, "Can I check on her first?"
No.
He seems very conflicted about that.
I mean,
He says, "You can restrain me. That's fine.
No, the wizard.
Just make sure she's safe.
Fine.
Please."
Lark, you go check. I'm not moving. If there's any problem, you just yell my name and I'm dropping my axe on this guy.
They both seem willing to be tied up.
That's
The wizard on the ground, is still conscious.
That's fine.
Just bruised.
Sure, I'll go over towards the wizard. You're staying here, or?
I'm standing equidistance from both of them, holding a casting hand at both of them.
Okay, yeah, then I'll go over to the wizard and Scoot, what did you want me to do?
Make sure they're not going to die and tie the wizard's hands behind its back.
I do a quick medical check. It seems she has some broken bones, but is otherwise fine.
Roll medicine. It seems like she's definitely has broken bones. Otherwise, fine is subjective. Zay, it takes you about a minute to round up the two archers. So you're kind of.
I roll a 4 on medicine. I roll a 4 on medicine.
Yeah, you have no idea.
I think I think she might die or get better. I'm not sure.
Now
the guy curses under his breath.
Okay, now I say, let's go. Lead the way, and I will follow him with, again, my axe ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Follow this guy. He said his Jonas?
Jonas.
Jonas. Has he said his name yet?
I think he did, yeah.
Okay, I said, Jonas, you lead the way. I'm right behind you. I will drop this on you if I sense anything. So go check your friend. Let's
Fair.
go.
And he runs over to her and says, "We need to set these wounds. Do any of you have supplies that would help with this?"
For fuck's sake. Did I buy a healer's
No,
kit?
use some of the supplies you robbed from earlier travelers.
We don't have any. Look, we were fighting for Waterdeep. The tides turned. We needed to get away. But we needed supplies. you came along. That's where we're at. Full square up. My
And
friend
so-
needs help.
Scoot, when you guys were talking earlier, did he say, "Hey, can we use some supplies?" Or how did that conversation go?
This was an ambush.
An ambush?
Ambush.
So he wasn't like just asking for supplies?
Ambush. It was a theatrical ambush.
Jonas, I feel like you're telling I don't know if I believe your story.
He says, "Well, I mean, it's up to you guys. We're at your behest."
I don't know if I have anything for a healer's kit.
At this point, Zay, you all see a giant centipede come, kind of pushing through the trees.
You are
shepherding two archers.
You are lucky that centipede did not screw you guys up.
And there's a third one?
That one seems to have
Right?
disappeared.
Okay.
Call off your centipede, Jonas.
I hear Lark
what?
say that, and I transform back
Oh,
into...
say, it was
in a
you the whole
wave.
time.
Does anybody have anything, a healing kit, anything besides spell slot?
I have a health potion.
Nope, none of that.
I have some good berries.
You can long rest on the road, so like if you're worried about using spell slots, you will get them back when you start traveling again.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to crouch down by the wizard. I want more information. So, who are you, and why exactly are you lending your magical talents to hijinks like this?
The wizard coughs. My name is Nina. Nina Blackthorn. We were fighting for Waterdeep, but we were crushed at Red Larch and got separated from the unit. Decided it was better to not come back. Who are you?
Wait. I'd say to Jonas, where's the other archer?
He looks up. He says, "I don't know. I can't see through the crows.
Use your...
The murderation."
He used a whistle call, right?
Yeah, he did.
Before?
Yep.
Whistle him down here.
He narrows his eyes at you and then does a different whistle. It's sort of like a downward pitch. And he says, "Unless they left on their own, they should be on their way."
They got 5 minutes.
Okay. Do any of you give them... He starts trying to set the wounds with like whatever supplies he has. Like he rips off a piece of his tabard and starts binding up this wizard's broken
As long as I'm
bones.
close enough to her, I'm going to use Cure Wounds to at least get her bones unbroken.
Oh, yeah, and they knit. And she sits up and dusts herself off and thanks you. The guy repeats again. He says, who are you all? What are you going to do with us?
We're SWOJ, and we haven't
That's right.
decided what to do.
You were responsible for all the gold that came our way
Yes,
3 years ago.
we saved Waterdeep many times.
He seems overcome with guilt. He just looks down and seems distant for a second.
Bet you feel like
They
a
both do.
jerk now, Jonas.
You know, one of the things that's interesting about all the times we saved Waterdeep is we never had to attack innocent people passing by to do it.
Says, all I can say is we're sorry. And the archer's not. They're like, their heads are bobbling up and down. Nina says, can we make it up to you somehow?
Can you tell us more about the road ahead? What are we walking into? We're trying to make it to Amphail.
Says, yeah, we passed around Amphail a few days ago. We knew it was a risk attacking someone on the long road like this, but we hadn't seen anyone come by for a whole day, and we were desperate. Amphail is full of soldiers right now. It's a bit of a powder keg. Spirits are mixed. I wouldn't want to go there unless I had a good reason to.
Where's Red Larch in like, so Amphail? Oh, I've been saying Amphail. It's Amphail.
Fail, PH.
Oh, yeah, I got that wrong too.
So Red Larch is where?
It's further north. Depends on what version of the map you look at.
Yeah,
but
it's not
it's a
on
few days ride north.
Okay.
But our goal isn't in Amphail. We just need to go through it.
No, it's there.
Well, the stay glass is there, and then we think.
Yep.
So we could probably ask about that.
And that was the last stop before the diamond mines. Or...
Well, the Sword Mountains kind of run all along west of here, and the mines are peppered throughout those mountains. But
Okay.
the war is happening east of the mountains along the road here that you're traveling up.
Okay.
So
I would like to get off of the road, at least into some kind of cover right now. I know they said they haven't seen anybody in a day, but I don't really believe much of what they're saying right now.
okay.
You can take us back to your campsite, and we can rest and talk more there, Jonas.
Says we don't really have a campsite, but as he's talking, the third archer comes down with bow drawn, like regarding the situation.
And I immediately you tell him to lower his weapon.
And relaxes and puts the bow away and approaches.
And before he gets close, I walk over to him out of earshot, and I ask him his name, what he's doing here, if he's fighting, who he's fighting for. And I want to see if it matches up to what we were just told.
It does.
All right.
His name is Kai.
Kai. So then I lower my axe, and then I walk him over to where we're all sitting.
Mm-hmm. They explained they were part of the Hare Company, which is one of the mercenary bands that was feeding the Waterdeep hare like a rabbit, and they all have like a purple rabbit insignia on their uniforms. Kind of mucked up.
If I would have seen that, I would have been like all about this. Purple rabbit, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as you come off of it, it's not like a big old rabbit, but it's like a little icon.
Yeah.
All right.
Lapel.
Ilka's relaxing a bit as she's watching all this. So what are these supplies you so desperately needed that you would attack people?
Oh, just food, medicine, the basics. Money, he concedes.
We're not that far from Waterdeep.
He says we were hoping to make a fresh start far from here. So we thought we'd take something with us.
So you're abandoning.
Yes.
You could come with us. We're going back up to Amphail, and we're gonna win the war.
He says, I doubt that, but then again, you are SWOJ.
Yeah, we are.
Are you like genuine about it? Like want to roll persuasion?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Asking nobody else.
Sure.
15.
He looks at his crew, and they seem somewhat interested, knowing the context of the situation more.
Yeah, and so let me tell you a little bit about why you should. We really don't have much money, and we're not in it for the money. We're fighting for justice alone.
Nina's like, you really picked the wrong mark, Jonas.
Meanwhile, I'm going to cast our turtle shell and at least give us some kind of cover.
Nice. Like around everyone, or just around?
In
Like,
the middle of the road?
We're in a canyon.
We moved out to the side.
yeah, it's like a narrow side valley.
Yeah, I'd like us to be against one wall of the canyon. I'm going to cast this turtle shell just so we have a little protection.
Okay.
And if this counts as a short rest, I'm going to burn up some hit dice while everyone else is negotiating stuff.
Sure. So like the shag carpet and curtains really just change the mood around you all. Yeah. Like the gentle smell of eucalyptus.
Yeah, there's a little incense
Yeah.
burning.
Patchouli.
Now, this is hair. This is hair, Hair.
Yeah.
I was in this show. We closed 10 years ago, almost to the day. This is hair.
I invite them to step inside.
Mm-hmm.
As they do, their hair all magically lengthens and smooths out.
Siraj has long, beautiful hair.
Absolutely.
Now he's standing on it.
Yeah, hair.
And I pass out tuna sandwiches.
Nice. So they start to share more details of their past with you, and they seem collectively like they talk it over a little, and they're actually interested in going back to Amphail. Jonas specifies, will you tell them what we did?
That seems like a bad idea at this point. I don't know that we gain anything.
Say that. What? What did you say?
He's saying we're willing to go back up and help turn the tide of the fight. But I'm asking you to please not tell the other officers of the Waterdeep City Guard what we just did here.
That you tried to
I see.
abandon the army.
Right.
So, but now you're not. So if we don't, then you won't desert.
Right. We will resert.
Well, that sounds fine to me. I like it. I don't know what you guys think.
Will they question why you were gone?
They will. We'll have to come up with a good story, but we've got a few days' travel.
What if you knew we were coming and you came out to meet us and make sure we got through the canyon safely?
How would we know that you were coming? Do you have...
Trade secrets of SWOJ. We can't share that.
So we would pretend to be part of SWOJ?
No, that's going a little too far, I think.
It's a pretty elite club.
Okay. Well, they might have more questions. Trade secrets don't really fly in a war zone.
Zelifarn has been in and out of Amphail, right?
You don't know for sure.
Oh, okay.
You could ask.
Have you seen a dragon with a SWOJ t-shirt?
He says, yeah, he's like the most public member of SWOJ, Zelifarn. Yeah, he's been a huge help. Neverwinter has dragons of their own, but I mean, Zelfarn, I haven't seen him on the battlefield much, but he's always running people back and forth.
We go
a good
way
guy.
back.
Yeah, last time I saw him was about a month ago.
Oh, that's not a good excuse then.
Um,
Except I lean over, hopefully out of earshot of our new companions, and say, except we don't actually plan on fighting this war, right? We're going to go get some mothweed.
Well, we're going to get some mothweed, and we're going to find the stag lass, and we're going to save Waterdeep.
All right, in that order.
And they're pretty freaking capable soldiers, so the effort could use them.
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
Ziraj doesn't like it, but he acquiesces.
Ziraj,
Ziraj.
hang in the back.
I plan
wait.
to.
I'll take point. I'll show him my back. I will make that effort, and I will no longer be running up to help anybody.
Thanks for casting Ural's Tiny Shell. That
Good
short
account.
rest did me very... That was very helpful, actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Scoot seemed intense, it's because he's taken more damage than he has yet.
All right. Well, after
Wait a minute. If we're doing a short rest, should I give you all the buff? Yeah, so anyone we're using Song of Rest, you gain an additional 1d6 hit point during a short rest.
God, this is so awesome.
Song of Rest, you got the gloaming hearth.
I
thing.
love your song.
Right?
Yeah, whenever you guys rest, it's like super efficient.
It's so
Like
chill.
the vibe is just amazing. Yeah.
There's like sitar music playing.
Yeah, even like the two soldiers that you especially effed up are just like shocked by how good they feel afterwards. Nina and Jonas. And if you're all good to go, you continue down the road the next day. Yeah. It's another about 4 days to Amphail before you reach the city outskirts.
So that was that the evening?
That was the golden hour. Yeah.
Oh, right.
So it was almost evening.
Did we get any farther that day?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
But anyway, the effect of a long rest also happens. So
Okay.
you're all
Great.
good to go. Anyway, you've reached Amphail. It's there's sort of a dust cloud up above the city, as it seems like it's gotten a lot of traffic lately. Many of the trees in the area have been chopped down. It seems like there's construction being done around the edges of the city, as if to expand to make room for all the new people that are quartered there. You see many tents waving different banners outside of the city, but you're allowed to enter from the south relatively unimpeded. Your companions, especially Nina and Jonas, ask you if they can leave or if you want to like bring them somewhere, or what's your. You might have talked this through already before you got there, so maybe you already.
I'm sorry, is Jonas another person, or is that...
Jonas.
Jonas. Okay, I'm sorry. I misheard you.
Sorry, my accent was not there.
It's all good. So, okay, we're in Amphail. Or we're
Amphail.
Amphail, and we're approaching... Is it a military town now? Is it like... So there's
No, it's a small town located near the Desserin River. It's normally got a population of about 1,000, but it seems to be holding at least double that just from like an initial glance.
Yeah, okay.
There's sort of like a main thoroughfare through the center of the city. It's walled.
Okay.
The main like tavern, as you walk in, you can see it right in the heart of town, is called the Staghorn Flagon. It's like a 3-story kind of saloon.
That's a mouthful right there.
Well,
Staghorn Flagon?
Yeah. The Jonas clarifies. He's like, yeah, it's kind of a mouthful, but we call it the Stag and Flag.
Okay, I like them more.
Yeah.
Stag
They
and
seem
Flag.
like nice people
Yeah.
overall. They just in desperate times.
That's fair. Yeah, and I assume we probably would have... I mean, it seems like we have a lot of the same ideals. It's like we kind of share it. They just had, rougher experiences.
Yeah.
So,
And so he's suggesting that possibly we just go our separate ways now. They've gotten us this far. They're going to rejoin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I give Jonas a little bracelet that I've made on the way, and I've etched into it WWSD. And I explain that and when he gets into a moment where he's sort of doubting, like, should I desert the fight or something? He can look down and think, what would SWOJ do? And then make the brave choice.
He ignores the condescension and seems genuinely grateful. Like,
yeah, Justin might mean that condescendingly. Lark would have been totally
Right.
Yeah, he would have
Exactly.
been. Yeah, he was super earnest about
yeah,
it.
and that comes through to Jonas. You get the sense, like, talking to them, like one thing they don't ever talk about is what happened to the rest of their patrol. And so like that's kind of the undercurrent of their group, is that there's some sort of a regret or darkness in their past.
Yeah.
And he seems really grateful that, you know, that you guys would go out of your way to protect them and take them here, even if it is where they didn't really want to be.
Yeah.
And they're willing to try to turn over a new leaf. So,
Okay.
yeah.
As I leave, I make sure I give them all a good handshake and like a shoulder chuck and like just a good scrap. You know, like this is, you know, definite respect.
Nice.
You know, you're gonna land on some easier times here soon. It's coming.
They appreciate it.
Yeah.
They all say that they'll talk the good word of SWOJ as they go about their business.
As we've been traveling, Zay would have asked them about the rite of the stag lass.
Oh,
and
yeah.
If they were around during that time.
Well, it hasn't happened yet. It's actually happening
going
sometime
to
soon.
happen.
Yeah.
And the stag lass is missing.
Yep.
And she's from the Umbrusk house.
Yeah, they know that her name was Anya Ermbrusk. They don't really know much of like what her whole deal was or why she went missing. But they know that the Rite of the Stag Lass is an annual tradition in Amphail, often blessed by priests of Mieliki, who's a nature god.
Oh.
Or by Laurel Silverhand would often attend, although she hasn't been around the last few years, of course. But it was kind of a big deal. Like the city had been hyping it up for a while because they needed like a morale boost. Mm-hmm. And with Anya going missing, it's been kind of a bummer. And they don't know where she went.
I asked them if they know the last place she was seen.
They do not. It's not really their business.
Right.
Yeah.
Bye, Jonas. Oh, sorry.
They
Bye,
head off
Jonas.
towards a tent with a big purple hair above it.
Bye, Nina. Bye, Kai. Bye, you other two.
Other two archers.
Other two unnamed
Archer 1 and Archer 2.
The other two are just way more cagey. They don't really want to talk.
They probably got centipede fear going on.
Yeah, definitely. They're really scared of Zay.
I wave my 17 arms and I wiggle my fingers
They run away.
suggestively. Hey, let's go to the tavern.
The Stag and Flag?
Stag and Flag.
Stag and Flag.
Yeah.
I want to see what the local cuisine is like. Also, I want to ask questions about
That sounds
Anya.
great.
Stag and Flag. So you make your way through town. You pass by. It seems like the shop has, really, or the whole town has kind of converted into this like service industry stuff for all the people that are there, and they've been there for at least half a year now. So you pass by like a music shop, which seems to have like some windows boarded up. You pass by a couple general stores with travel supplies.
Like how boarded up? Like it's closed?
No, like one window is broken and they didn't really have the funds to fix it, it seems like. So there's just kind of like a board over the hole. But otherwise it's open.
Okay, I go right in the door.
Okay, you're like, to the Stag and Flag, and then shoot.
Hey guys, I need a hot second. I'll be right back.
I'm trailing with Ilka.
Okay. Larkin Zay?
Turns out Ilka does have her 5,000 gold, and she's going to spend it all right now.
Yeah, it sounds like this platoon needs a morale boost, so if I organize a little like military marching band, I think that's going to win the war. Obviously.
Nice.
Anyway, what's in the magic music shop?
Well, you open the door, and there's kind of a ding-ding as you pull it open. And there are a variety of instruments. They seem pretty dusty, as if the music trade hasn't really been a priority for folks out here in a small town. But as far as you can tell, they seem well crafted. What do you do once you get in?
I'm looking for a human being, or excuse me, a humanoid, a shopkeeper.
Sure. After about 15 seconds, you hear rummaging from the back room, and then someone makes their way to the door. It's a woman, seems maybe in her 40s or 50s, human, with long black hair, and she says, hello, welcome.
Hello. I'm gonna unsling my concertina. While I'm here, I'm gonna be looking for a little bit of upkeep on it. I certainly wouldn't have seen any kind of repair on the road, so I'll ask if she can have a look at it while I browse.
She as soon as she sees that, she like gets very excited, and can tell that you're another purveyor of musical arts, and says, yeah, whatever you need, we'd be happy to help. Or I'd be happy to help.
Excellent. I have 3 reeds inside that definitely need repairing.
She says, I know how to do that.
Yes, you do. Just like the Accordion Museum of Superior, Wisconsin just happens to specialize in it.
Exactly. She says, my name is
Have I ever given
Hannah is her name.
Have I ever given you back the key to the concertina?
I took one off because we were storing one of the aboleth eyes inside it.
And you were missing one from the beginning, and I feel like I had it. Did I ever give it back? I'll just go listen to season 1 real quick, and then
Great, great. It's probably missing a couple of pearl buttons.
She says, I don't know if we have any replacements, but if you're interested in other instruments or services, and she kind of looks at Scoot, we have a pretty good collection, actually.
Do you have a tuba?
Tuba. She says, let me, in the back, yeah, we've never been able to sell it, but we do. It's a Luskin made from a shanty band up there.
Outstanding.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
delighted.
Oh boy.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the Sea Maidens Fair?
Yes.
Yeah, they brought it in, actually, to Luskin, from what I heard. So it's actually from across the sea somewhere.
It's a small outfit, right? Kind of little like a little middling band of some sort.
I don't know what band it came from. I just know.
No,
that
I
it
meant the
was-
Sea Maidens Fair.
No, it's a
Oh.
big giant festival with Zardoz, remember?
Not what I recall.
They've made some custom orders from our shop. The guy who runs it, Zardoz.
Yeah, he's a good friend of ours.
Seems like a quality guy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we love him.
Yeah.
I like
He
his
gave me this
style.
hat.
What?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yep.
That's great.
I'm fiddling with a mandolin at this point.
Nice. So Lark is in. Zay is.
Digging through my pouches because I remember thinking that I had seen something.
Some
Now that I noticed that there's some missing on your concertina, remembering that I might have something like that in my belongings. So I'm just digging through my pouches.
Well, Hannah says, "Do you want to pay up front, or otherwise, I can have this ready for you in about by tomorrow? Would that be all right?"
How long are we staying around town?
We don't know. We haven't made it to the Stag and Flag yet.
Oh, that's true. I got distracted. Yeah, I'll pay her up front for the repair.
All right. It'll be 20 gold pieces.
That I have.
All right. She says, "You don't happen to be adventurers, do you?" She's like looking at Scoot's big old axe.
We
and
definitely
your
are.
blades.
Of a sort.
She
Of
says,
the best sort.
She says, I have a humble request for you, if you're open to one.
I'm delighted already.
You see, I'm Hana again. My husband, Juan. My husband, Juan, has been missing for upwards of a 10-day now.
Oh, no.
He went missing shortly after the Ermbrusk woman did. So, I was wondering if you could maybe keep an eye open for him.
Yeah, Juan.
What's he look like,
yeah,
or
what's
how
he
would we
look
know
like?
him?
He's a half-elven fellow, tall, very handsome. He's got a bushy mustache. It's pretty new. I told him not to get it, but it actually looks great on him. He's a talented fiddle player.
Fiddle player.
That sounds good. And just so that I can kind of frame this correctly, I mean, there's a war going on.
Right.
How often do people just go missing because they're involved in the war or other things happening?
She says, well, that's a good question. I mean, I don't know what to make of the war, but I know that here in town, a few folks have gone missing recently.
Okay.
Some folks think it's Neverwinter. Some folks think it's some monster coming from the woods. I don't know. What I do know is that every once in a while the mists roll into town from the woods, and things seem to go missing or change.
Sounds terrifying. Then you guys all hole up in the grocery store, I'm assuming?
Well, I hole up here.
Oh.
That's what we were doing, and then one day he was just gone.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Will you help?
Well, do the mists rolling in coincide with the disappearances?
They seem to. Not always, but they seem to.
I saw
Did
this
any of
movie.
his belongings go with him, like a traveler's pack or his boots?
Still reeling from.
I love it.
She said, "Yeah, he was just up and gone one day. I mean, we were each working on different projects, and when I came to look for him, he was gone."
We'll see what we can do.
Was that a reference to The Happening or something? Or The Mist?
No, I was actually asking, like,
Oh.
if he walked out the door intending to go somewhere.
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, his like outdoorsy goods, his travel satchel, his fanny pack was still by the door. So, I'm worried something might have happened to him.
Understandable.
But he's a capable guy, so maybe he's fine. I don't know.
We definitely will keep an eye out for him.
Thanks. I mean, it's really unusual for him to just disappear like this.
Yeah.
So I think
Certainly.
something might be afoot. Well, thank you, you lot. Who are you?
We're SWOJ!
Ah!
Nice. I high five Ilka.
She says, not familiar.
What?
Sorry, I don't get to leave town very much. We're pretty busy.
That's fair. We're an adventuring pack of...
Luckily, while Zay was digging through her pouches, she came across the front page of the Wazoo when SWOJ was featured on it. So she hands that to the shopkeeper, to Hannah. Yeah, she puts back away the kippered herring and the Terry the half elf's Zuber driver's card.
There's a smell in the room.
And she also found 2 concertina keys that she gives to Ilka.
Excellent. I hand those over to Hannah so she can use them in her repair and
Did
screw
you
them
know
back into
that Zay had
place.
those?
I took out one to get the aboleth eye, and I don't know if I handed it to Zay or if you plucked it.
I think it comes from when we first met, when I fell through the portal, because one of the things that you noted was that one of your concertina keys, or some of your concertina keys, were missing, and that's when I decided Zay had them.
Yes.
So I've been carrying these around for 3 years.
Scoot suddenly checks his person just to see if there's anything he's used to having that he doesn't have anymore.
You feel a sense of loss, but it's not clear why.
Not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you, Hannah.
You too. We'll see you tomorrow.
We're going over to the Stag and Flag to learn about the stag lass.
Oh, sure. Just history buffs, or?
She's missing.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So you're already here for missing persons.
Yeah. We're
Wow.
sort of a mystery-solving, crime-fighting team.
I see.
Yep.
Well, then I'm really glad you stopped by my shop.
Yeah, very fortuitous.
Indeed.
Scoot has been working on his fingering for 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah. The tuba.
Yeah.
She's like, were you interested?
Interested's a strong word. I had a different relationship with my last tuba. So I'd have to kind of meet this tuba first to see if it would work out. There's a lot going on.
She says 1 minute. And she comes back with this case, big old, it's like a wooden case, lacquered, very well polished. And she sets it down on the counter, like lugs it down. It's very heavy. And she opens it up, and you have this kind of smell of like treated wood.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a shiny tuba. It's different than the one you saw before. It's got like a bit more mechanical flair to it that you're not really familiar with. But it's definitely a tuba.
And I just kind of look at Ilka and it's like, this doesn't feel right.
And I nod. And I think Hannah will understand it's definitely a musician thing. If you don't click with the instrument, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I thank her kindly for bringing it out, but this is not speaking to this sailor.
She says, well, do you want to take it with you until tomorrow and see? I know who you are now, so you seem like good people.
We've had a scrap or two. I'm just not sure I can keep this tuba safe. Is my concern right now.
I guess you know yourselves best.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Well, yeah, and I want to respect the instrument, and if I'm not going to give it everything, I shouldn't take it at all.
All right.
But I may be back.
All right.
We'll see if we make it back this way.
We'll see you tomorrow.
But don't hold it for us if someone else comes in.
If you can find this tuba,
Listen, there hasn't been a lot of interest in my one tuba in the last 6 months, so I'm sure it'll be here.
All right.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find something of equal value.
Thank you.
To possibly
like one
trade you. Yeah. Well, no, I don't.
Way
No.
Yeah, what
are you talking about?
She's like, that was a joke. It was a joke. He's a good guy.
Scoot will remember this.
Okay, bye.
She says he was a half elf, so I mean, if you see, I don't know, there aren't that many of them around here.
Half elf, good looking mustache.
Yeah.
Regrettable
Fiddler.
mustache. Fiddler. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
As I'm scouring the walls, does she have anything like an ocarina?
Sure. Different kinds of flutes.
Neat. Does she have any? I've always wanted one. Perhaps shaped like a killer whale. That could be an ocarina.
I knew that was
Scott almost did a spit take.
I almost spit take in the studio.
You know what? She says, I get most of my exotic instruments from the Sea Maidens Fair, and they did turn up with an ocarina. Would this meet your specs? And it's big. Like, it's like a foot long. Like, big old orca shaped. You toot, like, the tail. So, like, the music comes out the mouth and the blowhole. And there's, like, fingering all along the sides of it.
Like nose to tail, or like it's one long...
Well, there's... like, the main, like, whatever it's called that makes the sound happen is out of the blowhole. But then there's different holes. Yeah. And, like,
Amazing.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Yeah, my eyes sparkle. Ilka drools a little. This is everything she's hoped for and more.
She says, of course, this is a rare commodity. I mean, we're not making a lot of business right now, so 200 gold coins.
Done.
She just kind of sits back and bundles it up for you. She's like, do you want like a box?
No.
Like, and just, are you sure? Okay.
Yep.
Here, thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for everything. 4 of you.
Amazing.
I didn't see it coming.
No.
I did not. It was not in my brain at all. It was truly, that was an emotional stone cold stunner.
Good.
Should I add get back your
Oh, that's
concertina to my class list?
you certainly can. That's definitely in Ilka's mind.
All right.
But now she has her ocarina.
Zay's tummy rumbles.
Yeah,
Sounds
you haven't had a good meal in a while.
Sounds like we got to stop over at
Subsisting on
the
good
Stag and
berries.
Flag.
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to get to too.
All right. Well, you roll out and head down to the Stag and Flag.
Roll out. I get it. It's a D&D thing.
Or Transformers.
Roll out.
The Stag and Flag is a busy place. There are many people from all walks of life filling up the 3 floors of this saloon right now. You notice that the main floor has a lot of stuff, a lot of paraphernalia decorating it related to the rite of the stag lass, like signs advertising, like tomorrow night, the rite of the stag lass, come one, come all, free drinks. Yeah, and I mean, people seem excited. There are a couple people wearing uniforms, like green, really well coordinated uniforms that seem to be kind of like getting the place ready for the event. But otherwise, it's just kind of a raucous bar, even at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Lark walks up to the bar. Is there somebody at the bar?
Sure. Yeah, a big bearded dude.
Hi, my bearded friend. Is the mayor here by any chance?
He says, of course. What can I do for you?
Are you the mayor?
Of course.
Oh, nice to meet you. My name's Lark. What's your name?
My name is Gundark.
Hi, Gundark. Like I said, my name is Lark. These are my friends.
Gundarkson.
Gundarkson. Amazing. I love your name. These are my friends. I gesture to the rest of the crew.
He looks at the 4 of you in a sort of acknowledgement.
And we are here on behalf of the Doom Network to rescue Anya Ermbrusk, the missing stag lass.
No kidding.
Yep, that's
That
us.
DN came through, huh?
Yep.
Glad to hear it. You can never know with those people. No offense.
No, we're not a part of the Doom Network. We're SWOJ. We're
Kind of subcontractors.
yeah.
Rings a
Well, I
bell.
mean, like subcontractors in a way, but also kind of like super contractors, like sort of a tier above.
SWOJ doesn't roll off the tongue as much as Doom Network.
Well,
Yeah, what
You
about
get used to
Silver Waves
it.
of Justice?
Silver Ways of Justice. That's got a poetic ring to it.
yeah, we just abbreviate it as SWOJ.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Can I get you any food or something
Yes,
before we get into
please.
it? And what do you want?
Your favorite menu item
He says, "Well, you're lucky. It's price fix. How do you say it?
prefix.
Prefix." And he waves to a server who, over the course of a couple minutes, brings you out some pancakes and some sort of like
Sold.
steak
It's a
hot
brunch
dish type
joint?
things. Yeah. And it's kind of like a mass made thing. You can see they're like making a big piles of these foods in the back,
Sold.
Perfect.
and some juice.
Amazing.
Hey, juice.
Unclear
Perfect.
what type. Not orange juice, but it is orange.
It seems like
kinda
all
like-
the preparations for the festivities are still going on. Don't people know that the stag lass is missing?
Yeah, well, we were hoping to at least have some kind of celebration. He says, times being what they are, it's an uncertain future, and folks need some kind of reassurance that traditions will go on. So we thought we'd at least have a celebration without a stag lass.
The rite of the stag lass without the stag lass.
Right. So, you're here about Anya. Yeah, she went missing about a 10-day ago, and we don't have a lot of signs pointing to where she might have been. I think it was those damn Neverwinters.
Why would they bother to steal the stag lass?
Well, I don't think it's about the stag lass. I think she's a noble woman of Waterdeep, and so
Oh.
they saw a valuable prize outside of the city walls.
How old is she?
I think she's in her 20s.
What would they
mid-20s.
do with her? Was it just a ransom?
We haven't heard, so that's a mystery. Yeah, I don't know what they'd want to do with her. Ransom seems reasonable.
Where was she staying when she was here in town?
She was staying here, right here.
How long had she been here?
Oh, at least almost a month. She'd wanted to live out here. See, one of the things about the Rite of the Stag Glass is that when you go through the rite, whichever woman does it every year is able to renounce their ties to their family and their claims, and sort of get a fresh start, legally speaking. And she wanted that. She wanted to break from her family, which I can respect.
Why? What was her issue with her family?
I'm not sure. She didn't really want to talk about it. I just know that she wanted to live a free life.
Man, this feels an awful lot like the last missing child of a wealthy family that we got involved in. Is there any chance that she's
much
like
more sanctioned,
a
though.
were-rat?
What?
No? Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
I don't think she planned to go missing. What are you implying?
Well, just maybe she ran away.
I mean, she was here for where everyone knew where she was. She was
Maybe
going through the rite.
Maybe her family didn't want her to separate.
I think she had their blessing begrudgingly.
Is music a part of this festival?
Sometimes. Yeah, we have some musicians in town. They're mostly
Yeah,
military.
you do.
Were any of them practicing?
Huh?
Was there like a fiddler around, perchance?
A half-elven
Oh, are you
fiddler?
talking about Han?
No, Juan.
Juan, excuse
I'm
me.
talking about Juan.
I
Who's
don't. I
Han?
didn't know him very well. Sorry, Juan. Yeah,
Yeah.
those two. Yeah, he went missing too. It's a sad story. We had this fiddler in town named Juan. He was gonna play along with some other locals. They have a sort of a band. But he went missing when the mists rolled in.
Was it about a 10-day ago?
Thereabouts. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Do you have any leads?
I whispered to SWOJ, do you think they ran off together?
They might. Or the monsters in the mist might have snatched them both at the same time.
Monsters. He's like, are you talking about mist monsters?
Yeah, mist monsters.
Well, that's a popular urban legend, but I don't think there's much stake in it. You see, some folks, when the mists roll in, it's sort of like they find themselves in different places, almost as if they like fell asleep and they woke up somewhere else.
Whoa. Like where, for example? How do you know? Like then do they find their way back from those places they woke up in?
Right. Well, I mean, I was right here behind the bar the last time they rolled in, and when it went, and all of a sudden I blinked and I was outside with an axe in my hands.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's just the weirdest thing.
Are the mists predictable? Do you know when they're going to come?
No.
Were there
How
any
often do they
warning
come?
signs? Were there any
Um,
warning signs for a mist coming in?
Well, we usually keep lookouts by the woods. They always roll out of the woods, out of the cryptwood. So, yeah, I think that, as long as we keep an eye out, we have been having a hard time tracking them or finding out a source or anything like that. Folks don't want to go into those woods. They're sinister. We've been logging along the edge, but that's about as far as we'll go.
Sounds like we need to head into the cryptwood.
Sounds like we need to connect ourselves with ropes before we head into the cryptwood.
Yeah.
or
I don't have
something
ropes
along
anymore.
those
They got
lines.
incinerated.
I suppose we would just disappear out of the rope, perhaps, depending on how it works.
Yeah.
But it's worth a try.
Or you might just come over with like a brain fog and then like you could physically move to some new location and then
Right.
wake up there, yeah.
But then we'd be stuck together, trying at least.
Maybe
if
we
that's
should
how it
leave our
works.
weapons behind so that we can't like wake up with an axe in our hand like Gundarkson.
Were you going to be around for a bit?
Absolutely.
You don't have like.
Well,
to
we
go-
got to get into the cryptwood, and
Oh.
is the cryptwood where we need to find the mushrooms too? Is that? Yep. So, a lot of our quests are pointing into the
He looks
cryptwood.
perplexed.
So I'm not sure how long we're gonna stay here.
Do you have an
This is,
apothecary in this town? We're looking for someone who deals in rare moss.
He says, we got some military medics, but not a local apothecary per se. I mean, before the war, we kind of we're pretty self-sufficient. Folks would take care of themselves.
Mothweed.
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 Hey, is there a dragon named Zelopharn here?
Oh, Zelopharn.
Yeah.
That guy's a real champ. You haven't seen him for more than a month, but he was up here, yeah.
I'm surprised you met Zelopharn and haven't heard of SWOJ.
Now that you mention it,
So Zelopharn's not
I'll be
here.
honest. The guy really talked a lot, and I kind of phased him out. We didn't have dealings directly.
I gotcha. So we weren't planning on staying around for a long time, but why? Do you have another possible quest for us?
Well, I was just going to say, if you're interested in entertaining, the rite is tomorrow. We're going to have a little party.
Well, we want to try to find the stag glass before the party, so you can actually have the right of the stag glass.
Think you can do it in a day's time?
Probably not, but maybe you could
We could
delay.
try.
You could delay the rite.
We can't do that. Tradition dictates.
We could go out looking and see what we find in a day.
All right. What time of day is it now?
It's
It was just past dawn,
nearly
right?
noon. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, plenty of day.
So much time. We could probably find 3 stag glasses.
Does the mist only come in the evening? Does it come at any hour?
He says it's unpredictable.
Okay.
Honestly.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't seem natural given how random it is.
Yeah.
It rolls in at night, in the morning, midday.
Interesting. Weather related?
I don't know.
Definitely magical.
Scoot actually might know something about that part of it from his time at sea. I don't know how it would work inland, but I think mist and fog, a natural mist and fog, I think Scoot would be familiar with. Unnatural, not, but stuff.
Gundarkson, can you draw a picture of the mist for my friend Scoot? He might be able to tell something about it.
He says, I'm a bit busy right now, but listen, it's mist.
It's
Is
a
that
wave.
Is that helpful, Scoot?
White waves of curling gas.
It's a ripple.
Yeah, SWOJ, you
Sorry.
said?
Yeah.
All right.
Silver Waves of Justice.
Okay.
For long.
I beam toothily at him to put him at ease.
Meteorologists, too?
Well,
Amateur.
We dabble.
Oh.
yeah.
Well, let me know if I can help you. If you want to partake in the rite, just say the word.
Well, we definitely do. And the way we were hoping to help is by returning the stag glass.
I see. Very well. Well, I appreciate you being here. Now, if you'll excuse me. And he goes back to helping another patron. He seems
Thanks,
to
Your
be
Honor.
A working mayor. You don't need to call me that.
Oh,
Just Gundark or Gundarkson. Either one works.
okay.
So,
All right, what do you think, SWOJ?
you're in the Stag and Flag.
I think we should tie ourselves together and along with... Oh, wait. Is
Ziraj?
Ziraj going to join us on our quest, or is this the end of his...
No, this is the end. He's been standing by the
Yeah.
door and kind of looking fidgety. Yep.
Okay. I think we should tie ourselves together and head into the woods.
I say, hey, Zaraj, you want to tie yourself to us and go into the woods?
He says, I would have done that in a past life, but not anymore, no.
Zay runs up and hugs him around his knees to
Nice.
say goodbye.
Yeah, he's got knees like tree trunks.
Ziraj, have you ever in a past life run across magical mist?
He says, yeah.
Any pointers for us?
Well, it could be a number of things. Could just be powerful mist, water elementals, air elementals. Or it could be a wizard. They're
Yeah.
always up to some shit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Does holding your breath help?
It
If
might,
you don't breathe it in.
if it's toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you encountered the magical mist in a previous life, what did you do?
He said, I ran away.
That's smart,
You
Ziraj.
can't chop mist. Or shoot it.
That's true. That's so profound.
Look for a
Ziraj.
source, he says.
Okay, yeah, that's great info.
Is there
Source of the mist, yeah. Didn't think about that.
Do we think we could find a map of the cryptwood? I'm guessing no.
I waved down Gundarkson. Hey, Your Honor, is there a map of the cryptwood?
He holds out one finger. He's holding a couple of priests of Mieliki, and he gets to you in about a minute. And he says, a map?
Yeah.
Well, there's a path leading out of town just past some of the new developments. You could try following that path. It leads to the glade run by the Circle of Dusk.
Oh, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, path to the glade.
Right.
Wait, what's the Circle of Dusk?
This is a Circle of Druids that take care of the woods.
Okay.
Haven't heard from them in a while.
We
Oh,
should go
man.
check on them.
That's, yeah. They're the ones we're going to
They're
talk to about the
missing too.
mothweed.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, bye. Thanks, Gundarkson.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Good times.
Mm.
Did we leave the scarab just like outside of town?
He's waiting outside too.
Yeah, how did
Once he
Crod do
parked
during
him.
that scrap?
I think he was waiting with Ziraj, so he was just hanging back.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Good question though.
So, do you have rope, Zay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm ready to tie myself.
We
And
could
we
probably
should-
wait till we get to the...
Oh,
We'll get to the woods,
Lark's like he's trying to make a knot, and it's not. It keeps slipping through.
Like trying to
Somebody
keep
help.
kids together.
but we should keep our eyes out the entire time. and
That's
see
true
if we
because the
can
mist rolls in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I say we head out.
I like it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I climb on Craw.
Okay.
As does say.
I'll
And
walk.
Where do you go?
To the path towards the cryptwood.
Towards the glade.
Yeah,
Okay.
The
towards
dusk.
the glade.
So you leave the city walls and head northwest, passing through some tented areas, various kind of dispirited-looking soldiers gazing at you, commenting about your scarab to each other as you go. And you eventually reach the borders of the cryptwood. It gets more and more wooded until all of a sudden, like, the foliage kind of changes and becomes more pine and spruce and kind of coniferous trees, like really densely locked together with some shrubs underneath. And the path is very narrow. It's like single file almost. Like Craw has a difficult time pushing through, but he does. Kind of like crunching along the branches as he goes.
I'm probably working on chopping away through for him a little bit. If there's big ones in the way, just trying to
Nice.
take care of those. Just
Yeah, it doesn't seem to deter him too much. It's
Okay.
just thick.
Yeah.
So what's your MO going into these woods?
Get to
Scooting
the
friends?
glade.
Yeah.
Looking for the circle of
Dusk.
Dusk.
Okay. It gets very quiet as you enter the cryptwood. It's as if the trees kind of blot out other sound. Yeah. Are you being quiet, or are you just traveling, crunching the trees, moving your way through?
Well, it's going to be tough with an 8-legged scarab.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
not sure how quiet we could actually
So,
be.
yeah.
Right.
I mean,
And also, Lark's a little creeped out, so he's trying to just make a little extra noise. I think just like singing, like humming.
announcing your presence a little bit.
Well, just
sure.
like if there's some kind of bear or something, like maybe it would be startled away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's eerie. Like there's like no birds, no bugs, no frogs. It's very, very quiet, this place.
I'm walking through the woods. Don't come out here, scary monsters.
You come upon a small, like it looks like a flock of birds that are just dead on the path ahead of you. Mostly crows.
Oh, I was
Aw.
told this never happens.
I just asked, good luck or bad luck?
I think good luck.
Good luck.
Murder.
Hmm.
Zay runs forward to investigate, like, what may have happened to
Roll
the
nature.
crows.
Wait, I just got a murder. Nice.
Oh no! 8.
8.
It's too sad. I'm overcome.
It's very obvious to you that these crows are just shredded, as if by claws or teeth or something very sharp. There's like wings and feet and stuff around the area.
But none of them appear to
Carnage.
be eaten.
No. Nope. Just cast about.
A murder for entertainment.
Say, you could ask the trees what happened to the crows.
It's also not just the
That's a
crows. As
fair
you
point.
investigate, you see that there's kind of a path of smashed trees moving crosswise to the path that you're on.
Oh.
Just like knocked over trees, uprooted.
Oh, I think I know what happened to the birds.
How wide is the path of carnage?
About 10 feet.
About the size of something that could kidnap a woman from an apothecary.
Maybe.
Although the mist might be a separate thing.
Down the path ahead of you, as you're looking down it and gauging the width of it, you start to see curling white tendrils of mist rolling down the path
Uh-oh.
towards
Do
the
we
wall.
all see it?
Yeah, I suppose Zay would see it first.
I immediately
hey,
start
everyone,
casting the
the-
turtle shell.
The mist is coming. I run back toward the
Where's the
group.
rope? Somebody help me tie a knot.
Turtle shell starts to coalesce around you as you're tying each other together.
I'd probably start focusing on knots. I imagine I'm good at that.
Very good.
Yeah.
And you're all tied together within this turtle shell in the space of a few moments. What does the turtle shell do exactly? Does it block out anything outside?
Spells and other magical effects cannot come through it.
Okay.
The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather outside.
What about like sound or physical force?
Sound. The spell only ends if we leave its area. Does not say anything about sound.
But
We-
nobody can enter it if
Nobody. Yeah.
The spell ends if you leave the
If
area.
I leave it. Yep.
Okay. Well, you hear just a soft whooshing sound outside. As are you peeking through? You have windows, right? You said.
Yes. So the dome is opaque from the outside.
Yeah.
Any color I choose, and I want it to look like a giant turtle shell.
Sure.
But it is transparent from the inside.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't
Okay.
even think of that.
Okay. Yeah, so you see the mist coalesce around you, and it just like fills the woods. Like you can barely see like 10 feet away. It's like a dense fog, and you roll perception. Everyone who's looking.
Oh, I imagine that's all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intently.
8. I am concentrating on the turtle shell.
18.
9. I changed dice.
I think my passive perception is a -1. I'm just gonna say 11.
You got a 19, Zay?
Mm-hmm. Because I rolled low.
None of you sense anything except for Zay. You hear sort of a low moaning sound, like an upset animal or something, kind of just moving through the woods near you.
Oh, do you hear that?
No.
It's like
No.
deep and
Sound?
earth shaking, and it's just outside of the range of what you're all paying attention to. But Zay, you pick it up, kind of.
Deep and
Up
earth
from your
shaking
feet.
and
Hey, Matthias.
sad.
Yeah.
What size creature is Craw? Small, medium, or large?
Craw is medium, yeah, horse-sized.
Good.
So
Yes, Craw is in there with us.
okay, good. Yeah,
It's about to get real awkward.
it's crowded though.
Yeah.
With Craw. Yeah.
I'm sucking it in.
You all
to make-
realize that
make-
Craw is outside still.
No, if he was large, we could not have cast it with him with us. We would have to have gotten away from him and abandoned him.
Oof.
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 And then the noise gets quieter, Zay, after about 5 minutes.
I can't hear the creature anymore. Does the mist seem any different?
Not yet.
I didn't hear anything.
I'm attuned.
So it sounded. You said
Just
sad.
trust me. It was like a low moaning.
Maybe it's a sad mist. A mournful mist.
Oh, a mournful moaning mist.
Yeah.
Mournful moaning.
Scoot
mist.
says, "Huh."
So we're just waiting. The mist is continuing to go by.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
nothing we
so
can do.
you all ruminate for a bit, and then the mist starts to dissipate
Yeah.
around you.
All right. As it dissipates, does anything else look different around the immediate area?
Mm-mm.
Hasn't changed.
No.
Plants, bugs,
Shredded birds.
shredded birds.
No signs of change outside, except for the mist coming and going.
Interesting.
That was weird.
So that could have been any number of things.
It's just moving through the forest.
How many
Or
times
wait, we're
can
just
you
on the
cast that
edge.
shell?
Not a whole lot.
Okay, it's like curiosity.
Yep.
Shall we continue along the path?
Yeah.
Shall we continue?
Say remounts.
Craw.
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 You're definitely getting like branches in your face as you go. You gotta like stay low.
I hug.
Are we
Yeah.
tied together now?
I guess
Oh,
we
yeah.
are.
Okay. So about 100 feet down the road, you see a newly crunched path extending about like 100 feet one way and like 50 feet another way. It's amazing that you didn't hear these things getting crunched so close to you. But it seems like the carnage just ends after that like 150 foot length. It's strange. And you see like broken branches leading upwards.
Oh. So like it goes 50 feet and then it goes up?
Yeah, right.
Oh my. Then say you might have been right about Phala. If it can just go straight up.
We could be dealing with the same. We have to keep an eye out for her as well.
Yeah. What would make a tunnel this big and then go straight into the air? Sky bison.
Sky bisons.
Yes.
If Ziraj was here, he'd be
Mournful
scowling.
sky mice.
Yeah, mournful sky bison. Do you want to go down one of these paths and investigate, or we can just assume that it looks like smashed branches wherever we go and keep heading towards the glade?
I think we could see if we can get some information from the druids in
Yeah.
the glade.
Yeah, let's go to the glade then.
Yeah.
If they're still there.
They're druids. They can do anything.
They've turned into trees.
They turn into sky bison.
You pass more carnage as you go. It's at least like it takes you to the evening. The sun is setting. It's pretty dark in these woods now. But there are more dead birds as you go along the sides of the road, occasionally crunched up foliage. Until eventually, by evening, you make your way to this wide open glade. Like the dirt road you're on transitions into moss, and it seems like everything just gets more and more verdant as you enter this wider open area. It seems pretty quiet. Like you don't see any signs of humanoid life. It's just a very pristine green area. Old trees. The undergrowth is clear. Like there's not as much shrub life. It's just kind of this bright. Like the sun is streaming through.
Does there seem to be a place where people would live or reside?
Yeah. Roll investigation. If you're like poking around. on the edge.
18.
18. Yeah, Zay, you recognize the implements of druidic rituals all around this place, like small little totems and collections of different objects like stones and pine cones and seeds. Clearly there's sort of a religious, or at least like intentional arrangement to everything in this glade.
I want to go somewhere near one of these druidic focus pieces.
Sure.
And look for maybe some flowers or a creeping vine. Do I see any vines?
Yeah, like along the edges.
Okay. I cast Speak with Plants.
Mm-hmm.
And I ask them, first I greet them, and then I ask them the last time they saw any humans in this area.
And the vines respond, there's something thumping around right now. Over that way. And they kind of point towards the far end of the glade.
Little
like further in.
tendrils for the far end of the glade.
Yep.
I say thank you, and I pour a little water from one of my flasks.
Oh, you didn't have to do that. Good luck, whoever you are.
Oh, I'm Zay.
Oh.
See you soon.
Zay, I'll tell the other vines.
Yes, please.
So that's what you pick up.
Yes, and I'm adding Zay, friend of vines,
Mm-hmm.
to the, because I'm hoping they tell all of every other vine.
Yeah, it was about a 6
That's
second
what she
interaction.
assumes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's a turn.
Did you talk to plants again?
I did. They said that there is some sort of humanoid activity happening at the far end of the glade.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Do
I
we
go.
see anything if we look in that direction?
The road kind of slopes, or the glade slopes upwards towards the foothills of the Sword Mountains. But there's like one real big tree off in the distance, like a sort of like the grandmother tree or something like that. Like
That
a big
looks
willow.
promising.
Yeah, let's head that way.
I saw Avatar.
Yep. At the base of the tree, as you get closer, you notice a small figure sleeping, like a human of some kind.
Are we all
Um,
still tied together?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It
Probably
looks like a tall-ish man in raggedy clothes.
Should probably undo those knots.
Yeah.
I'm working on mine, and then I work my way down to everybody else's.
Okay, sounds good. Does the man who's sleeping have a long white beard?
No.
Okay.
How about a mustache?
No.
Hello, sir.
What? Huh?
Hi.
Who are you? And this guy stands up and looks very guarded.
Hello, I'm Ilka.
Ilka.
That's it. 2 syllables. Ilka.
Okay.
I'm coiling
Yeah,
rope and
it
barely
looks-
looking. I'm just like, I'm Scoot.
Around the 4 of you. Scoot.
Yep.
Okay. And you're just here in the Cryptwood?
We are.
There's
He
a...
looks very suspicious and uncertain.
Who are you, sir?
My name is Farron.
Baron.
Hi, Farron.
Hi.
We've got some questions.
Okay. Are you friends? What are
yeah,
you here
we're friendly. Well, I mean, I guess that sort of depends on your worldview.
for? Have you seen any druids out there?
We were hoping you were one.
No, I'm not. Sorry.
I mean, yes.
Do you like druids?
You're a druid?
I am, but I'm not a
From the
druid of the
circle
Circle
of-
of Dusk.
Oh.
What do you
Shoot.
need them for? We're seeking them as well.
Well, they've been taking care of me for a few weeks now, but the last one of them stopped showing up, and I've been kind of stuck out here. I don't really know how to get out.
Oh, great.
What do you mean you're stuck out here?
Well, I was a soldier, I believe. I had a head injury, and they were taking care of me. I don't really remember how I got out here. What I do, have you seen the mist in these woods?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. The mist is pretty sure it's haunted or cursed or something. Every time it rolled through, we would all remember less and less about what was going on.
Ooh.
Until eventually they started to disappear one by one. The circle, you see.
I wonder if they're wandering around too.
Yeah.
We'd black out and appear in different places. I'd be covered in sweat. Yeah.
We found
Memory gets spotty.
some slaughtered crows.
Yeah, we found they were talking about the dead birds around the woods too.
Can the mist kill?
I don't know. I remember them saying that it seemed like something was hunting the birds. It's gotten very quiet out here. A lot of birds are dead.
So you don't know what the big thing is that's kind of smashing through the woods and then going straight up into the air?
I don't know.
Okay.
So there's a big thing.
Do you happen to know what mothweed looks like?
He says, I don't, but I bet one of the druids would.
Yeah, but they're not here.
Yeah, Shala knew all about these woods. She lived here a long time, I think.
Shallan?
Shala.
The druid?
She was the leader of the Circle of Dusk. It was her and 4 others. Or 3 others, sorry, there were 4 of them. Yeah, they took me in. They were great. If you know what happened to them.
We're getting deeper into a wood we know nothing about.
Here's what I know. He says, I know that they thought the mists were coming from a cave up in the foothills of the Sword Mountains on the edge of the woods.
On the edge of the woods.
Yeah. They weren't stemming from somewhere within the forest.
That's really bizarre.
Is the moss, is that found in caves too? Do we remember?
It was near the diamond mines, if I remember correctly.
I think I think we need to ask the druids.
True.
I think that's the idea. Now I'm starting to wonder if we were supposed to stay in the for the festival.
He says, well, if you find them, their names were Shala, Nuria, Ander, and Leah. So,
Leah?
Leah?
Yeah.
Nothing.
She was the youngest one. She seemed nice.
Did she have any injuries?
I mean, I don't think so.
I thought the Leah I remember was crippled on the ship.
Right.
Yeah. Common name.
Common name.
Probably unrelated.
So we can help you get out of the forest, I think, out of the cryptwood. But you could also come with us up to the cave where the mists are originating.
You're going up there?
Well, I mean, we got to figure out where the mist is coming from.
He says, I would do that in a heartbeat. I feel like I owe it to him. I mean, they helped me out.
Yeah, let's go.
In my time of need.
Yep.
I know how to use a sword, sort of.
Okay. Do you have one?
No.
Oh. I don't have a spare.
I have 2. One makes music and one blows things up. Do you have a preference?
But
That's trusting.
he says, I guess I would go for the blowing up one. It seems more powerful.
I could lend him my quarterstaff.
Those be your options. Quarterstaff or an exploding sword.
I would go for the sword.
Who wouldn't?
Thanks, Ilka.
We're going to need that back, though.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Do you know how to get to the caves?
I know what direction the mist comes from.
Okay.
Um,
Let's head that way.
it's weird. Yeah, okay. He gets quiet.
Wait. I feel like you're going to say something, Farron.
Fair. Well, it's just the druids remember less and less every time the mist rolled in, but I pretty much remember my time here from when they picked me up. So it seems like the mist doesn't always have the same effect.
Interesting.
So I don't know if you've seen it or not. I guess you probably wouldn't remember. Never mind. That's a silly question. Come on, Farron.
We saw it once and we were able to hide from it.
You were?
Yeah.
How?
Magic turtle shell.
That makes sense.
Doesn't it?
Wow. So you're pretty magic folks. Silver Ways of
yeah,
Justice. You introduced yourself, right?
No.
You didn't? Okay.
Yeah, we call ourselves the Silver Waves of
Druid,
Justice.
Turtle Shell Lady, Silver Ways of Justice.
Hat guy.
That's a great name.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, yeah, I guess I could lead you in the direction of that mist.
Let's figure this out.
Okay.
Yep.
He says it. Well, it's all right. He seems to be getting really nervous, but he says it's that way, through the trees. So it's gonna be tough going with your bug.
We do like our
He
bug.
narrows his eyes and looks at it. He says that is a large beetle.
His name is Craw.
Craw.
Yeah.
Can I touch him?
He's super
You
friendly.
have to ask him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Consent comes from Craw.
Yeah.
And Farron walks up to Craw and seems to bond with him like immediately. Puts his hands right in the same place as that Scoot does, and Craw lets him and goes in for a scritch, and seems to have an intuitive grasp of this.
All right.
But it seems like Craw can't make it through the woods in the direction we need to head.
Not easily.
Does the
Yeah.
mist come through the glade?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
And as he says that, you see on the edges of the glade these white tendrils begin to spiral in one more time.
Oh, great. Here it comes again.
What time of day is it?
It is almost sunset.
All right, I'm going to cast it again, and I think we should stay in the shell overnight. I don't think we should go do this during the night.
Agreed.
Then that'll reset us as a
Yep.
long rest.
Yep.
Okay.
My hearth of moonlight and shadow will create total cover, which we sort of already have, except for they can see the turtle shell. So now, in theory, they can't see.
Cover the
People
turtle shell.
couldn't see the turtle shell.
Okay.
We get +5 stealth, +5 perception, and yeah.
Okay.
How long does the shell last?
8 hours.
Okay.
Nice. So
Alright.
up until like early morning.
And then it'll be the day of the festival when we wake
Mhm.
up. So,
Right, right.
okay. All right.
So, through the mist, this time, it's like the temperature around you as you're like warping into the shell drops sharply,
Ooh.
which is new, until you get inside, and then you're warm again. And Farron is like, "Wow, well, this is really incredible. Oh my God, it's kind of crowded, but I mean, I like it." Silver Ways of Justice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
People seem all right.
We're so trusting.
Yeah, and he seems to be like really inspecting you all very closely, like kind of like getting like the measure of the four of you.
We should probably set up a watch just in case anything else comes around the area.
Sure.
Just to be alert of activity, things like that.
We have +5 perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take first watch.
I'll go
Says-
second.
Farron says, "I'll take third. If that's all right with you all."
I don't want Farron to take watch. If
What do you-
that's
Farron's in rough shape.
yeah.
I think Farron needs a solid 8.
You just you get a good night's rest. We've been protected. We're totally doing fine.
Yep.
We want you to just rest.
Yep.
He says, "If you say so." And as he's talking, you hear a voice outside of the turtle shell saying, like, softly on the wind, melodious, in a weird, well, it's sort of like, "I know he's here somewhere. Do you see him, my pet?" And that's all you hear. It's like eerily close, like almost like it's being like spoken softly into your ears, but you don't see anything out there besides the mist.
I fall dead silent.
And Farron does too.
Yeah, I'm trying to be stealthy, and we are in woodlands now, so I get that +2.
The shag carpet really brown enough.
Everybody exchanges looks that communicate that we all heard the sound without
Yeah.
making any noise.
Just looking around, scanning, trying to get a sense, even though
Mhm.
it's coming, the sound's coming from my head, which really freaks me out.
And around you, the grass is coming alive, like butterflies are landing on it, and the grass is withering as these butterflies touch down. And this like beautiful carpet all around you as the light slowly fades, and all you see is mist. So it's like you get the sense that the life is draining from the ground as all these butterflies land on it, and then it kind of gets swept away in the mist as these butterflies land. And you hear this sort of like kind of like pulsing, whooshing sound all around you.
So, you said you had first watch?
Yep.
And then Zay, you hear the same kind of low, like nearby, not like right in your ear, but kind of from the direction of that big tree.
I think the beast is approaching again. I turn to Farron and ask, "Have you seen this happen before?"
He says, "I've seen the butterflies, but usually when the mist rolls in, memory starts to get a bit spotty. So I don't know what the hell this is. No,
Have you heard that voice before?
no."
I cast Charm Person, and I ask him again.
On him,
Mm-hmm.
14 save or no?
Oh, I just wisdom saving throw. So I think I'm a 15. Yes, 15.
Okay. He says, he kind of goes relaxed for a second, weirdly enough, and then says, "No, I don't know. What do you mean? This is really not good."
It doesn't seem good. It seems like maybe she's hunting you.
Yeah, it does seem that way, because I'm the only one here.
Okay.
Except for us.
Do you know who she is?
But she doesn't know we're here.
As far as we know.
Who is she?
I don't know. Some kind of witch. The druids talked about a witch of the woods,
Oh.
but they didn't seem to hold too much stock in it.
What did they say about the Witch of the Woods?
Just that, she kept to herself. They didn't think that she would hurt anyone. But they always talked about her like she was like sort of always here, like a part of this forest. So I mean, if anyone would know, she might.
Yeah, for sure.
If she's real, if that's her.
Well, Zay believes him.
So, like, we should talk to her. You're suggesting.
Oh, he says, I don't know. I don't like it. She's looking for me. I don't think I should come out of this turtle shell.
Oh, bad news for you. Once Ilka leaves, the turtle shell goes away.
Well, Ilka,
I'll sit tight. I'm not going anywhere.
okay.
We're still going to take a long rest here.
Yep.
And then try and talk to her? If she's out there?
We can speak through this. We can't cast magic through it, and she can't cast magic at us.
Maybe we should check out the caves before we alert the witch to our presence, because she doesn't seem to be able to detect us yet.
She'll just see a magical turtle shell in the middle of her domain.
You all
Well,
hear
she
like
won't,
you all hear
'cause
like musical humming from like right behind you. Like let's change this. And you hear like a loud cracking sound from the mist. Unclear what it's coming from. Just like something crunching and shifting and heaving in the ground. And then the voice says, "He must not be here. I wonder where he went. Let's find him." And you hear that same moaning getting more distant.
Hey, I think the beast is retreating.
And the mist. And the witch.
Is it?
Over time, yeah, it's getting
Yeah.
darker now, so you can't really see too far out.
Mm-hmm.
But from the light of what's inside your turtle shell, you see the mist dissipate.
And we can, we can start a fire if we want to, and we would not be visible because of my plea to the gloaming court.
It's
Well-
been about a half an hour since those voices, as the mist
Let's
fades.
take what rest we can, curl up around the fire, take our shifts, and get through the night.
Okay. As you light a fire, you can see around you that the giant tree that was at the center of the glade has been like shattered and uplifted completely with its roots pointed towards the sky, and it seems to be made of stone with like small flowers growing out of cracks in the stone. Like it's turned into this sort of petrified gray color. And all around you in the glade, for at least like 100 feet, the moss and the grass is all brown and decayed and it's kind of like flaking away, as if something sucked the vitality from it.
Sad.
Oh, no.
And Farron's like, "Oh my god," he's
Zay's
spellbound.
super distraught.
Yeah, he says, "We're not safe here. We're not. We should get out of here. You trust whatever's here, protecting us?
Yes.
The shell?
I guess it kept us safe from her,
Yeah.
whatever that was."
I would say this is probably the safest place to be right now because she thinks we're not here.
How long does your spell last, say?
Till we stop resting.
Okay. All right, does everyone feel like they can sleep?
Farron's like, "Nope."
Great. I'm going to play some soothing ocarina music at him and see if he'll go to sleep.
Roll performance.
14.
He relaxes a little bit, and then pulls out a little like pipe flute that he had like under his clothing, and starts to kind of toot along with you. Not half as skilled, but just trying to calm down.
Marvelous.
He says, "I don't remember where I learned this, but this is nice. Thank you."
This is my ocarina.
Because I like it, he says. This is my pan flute. The druid showed me how to make it. But someone else taught me how to play it because none of them are very musical.
But you don't remember your time before you came here. You just think you were a soldier on the front?
Mm-hmm. That's what they said.
Okay.
I still have first watch if you guys want to try to sleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if the forest has gone quiet.
It's very quiet, deathly quiet.
Ooh.
Except for my snoring,
Right.
eventually.
Yeah, it echoes
I make
Okay,
I
yeah.
make a group of good berries.
in like a little
Before.
pile for the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Great.
And morning comes with clear weather.
Ta-da!
Normal morning fog, not magical fog.
'Kay.
Starts to clear in the glade. Are you all planning? What's your next step? Have you talked about your plans?
Headed to the caves.
Sprint to the cave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Leaving Craw behind
I think we might have to
here.
send Craw
Yeah,
back.
can we...
Well, is there any way to have a sense where the shortest route out of the forest is? Do we have any idea?
I think we took it.
Only by flight, maybe? Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we took the path in, so Croc
Yeah.
could follow the path back out.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a pretty straight path.
Yeah.
It winds a little, but
and I would spend some time talking to Craw and letting him know that we're going underground, and the best place is probably to run back to town.
Because we were seen with him, I think he'd be recognized as a mount,
Yeah.
not a monster.
Yeah, and if you see a giant bronze dragon, he's a good guy.
nice.
If he's got a cool voice.
Tell him to get over here.
Yeah.
Kraw's like, yes, of course.
We'll find you back in that town.
Scarabs can fly.
This one can't. We did ask about that
Oh.
the first time
Yep.
when we found Craw and Gaw. We're like, can they fly? And
I don't know.
Tia said no.
Did Craw level up
But
too?
maybe not with us. Maybe not with us on them, but maybe they can fly if there's nothing on top
Well,
of
I
them.
mean, it'd be handy, but
It's more of a glide.
Oh.
He is going downhill though.
We wish him well.
bye, Craw.
He
We-
trundles away
Oh,
briskly.
I'll come find you as soon as I can.
All right. And you make your way northwest as
Yep.
the hills get steeper and the trees get thinner, with the peaks of the Sword Mountains beginning to poke out above the trees ahead of you. Is that where we should call it till the next show?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Da-da,
Da-da.
da-da-da-da.
Twin Portals is produced and edited by Scott Hebert. The adventure is created by our Dungeon Master Matthias Valero, and the rest of the Silver Waves of Justice are played by Kendra Carlson, Beth Brophy, and Justin Peck. Scott Hebert is a fiscal year 2022 recipient of a Creative Support for Individuals grant from the Minnesota State Arts Board. This activity is made possible by the voters of Minnesota through a grant from the Minnesota State Arts Board, thanks to a legislative appropriation from the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Previous support was made possible by the Arrowhead Regional Arts Council, and my sincerest thanks to those two boards for their support. Thank you to Leland Campana for use of his Song of Vernum as our theme song. Thank you to the Renegade Theater Company, Teatro Zaccone, and Mary Fox for their support. And once again, thank you all so much for listening to Twin Portals. We hope to see your wonderful faces on Saturday, September 10th at 7 p.m.
Hey, DM, is this our order?
No.
No, it's not. Sorry. 2 seconds.
And the record will indicate that was not 2 seconds.
I am sorry.
It's okay. That's why I edit.
Yeah. You're going to make it look like 2 seconds, right?
It's gonna be look like
Exactly.
you won't even have to say 2 seconds. None of this exists.
So,
Like every bad joke I make.
all gone. Magic.
so funny.
Scott's
How
on it
is
all
he
the
so
time.
fucking funny? I did like your uplifting message in the last one. Like, you said something about like, this doesn't matter what happens as long as you keep walking or something. I don't remember. It was in Waterdeep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we keep taking steps.
You get off on the wrong foot.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep. That's
And I
good.
was like, mic drop out of here.
Yep.
Yep.
Martis will be there in this whole campaign.
Is that why the edit had you like repeating that line twice? Just to like really show?
There was like a applause in the distance, like